What up, what up, what up, what up? What up? What up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Chapel Rouse and drop, bro. The many murders of Lil Durk. Now this motherfucker is 4 hours long, so this probably gonna be a 2-part type thing. I could probably do 2 hours today, bro, and then do 2 hours tomorrow or some shit like that. But I can't sit here and watch no 4 hours of this shit. But we is gonna jump right into this motherfucker. Yeah, Chapel Rouse, the mini murders of Lil Durk.
Disclaimer. Everything in this video is taken from public sources. I cannot be held responsible for content third parties publish. This video is a collection of rumors, lyrics, legal paperwork, and my own opinion. This video is covered by fair use and contains my own personal analysis and critique of publicly available information only. Visit patreon.com/traplordross if you want uncut, extended, and early versions of my best videos. In 2024, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was at the pinnacle of his career. One of the leading pioneers of drill music, the violent modern incarnation of gangster rap, over the course of his 14-year career, he'd released a series of mixtapes and albums that cemented his place as one of the most influential and impactful gangster rappers in history, and earning him the nickname The Voice. Over those years, he racked up 4 Grammy nominations, finally winning one in 2024 for his inspirational hit song All My Life with fellow rap megastar J. Cole. The song went double platinum, selling 2 million copies by the end of 2023, an uplifting anthem for the streets. It included an infectious hook where Durk claimed that all his life, people had been trying to hold him down. He rapped that they never thought he would make it out, but they couldn't take him and they couldn't break him. In his verse, he admonished the media for calling him a menace and using his past against him. He rapped about sitting down with the mayor of Chicago and politicians in an effort to change his image. Durk had presented himself as a misunderstood and falsely persecuted artist who was trying to provide a positive message to the downtrodden community he'd emerged from. But it would turn out that this may well have been one big facade, as the world would soon find out the dark reality behind Durk's music was much worse than anyone could have ever imagined. As on October the 24th, 2024, rap fans around the world would get news of a bombshell allegation as federal prosecutors would announce that they had charged 5 people connected to Lil Durk's OTF record label and rap group with the murder of a young man named Savia Robinson, aka Lil Pab, the cousin of rival rapper Quando Rondo, who had been brutally shot to death 2 years earlier at a gas station in Los Angeles. With Pab's death and the chilling aftermath caught on camera and broadcast on the news for the whole world to see.
New details tonight in a deadly shooting near the Beverly Center. We've learned the victim is a friend of rapper Quando Rondo. Video from the scene appears to show Quando Rondo distraught while first responders move the body. So far, no arrests have been made.
It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. One man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died. A scene left with remnants of the fight, shoes left in the street, doors flung open. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper
That
Quando
shit's sad,
Rondo,
bro.
a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
The details and footage of this disturbing murder would be seen and read all around the world. But not only was it a brutal hit, carried out in broad daylight with no regards for the safety of the public, but it took place next to one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city, the Beverly Center shopping mall. A brazen murder that ironically bared the hallmarks of a similar murder carried out in Chicago 2 years prior, where another rap rival of Lil Durk's, FBG Duck, was gunned down by a group of 6 men, with that crime also being caught on surveillance footage in its entirety. Once again in broad daylight in a busy tourist hotspot, a high-end fashion district, with the murder happening right outside the Dolce & Gabbana store.
Well, Rob, Chicago police tell me that these 3 victims were targeted, that 4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing. Lights, sirens, and crime scene tape taking over one of Chicago's most notable streets. Word is spreading on social media that the 26-year-old man pronounced dead is a well-known Chicago rapper.
To see this happen in the middle of the day is very, very disturbing.
And just like in the murder of Lil Pab, FBG Duck was left to die in the middle of the street, traumatizing innocent members of the public, one of whom was even hit in the crossfire.
Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here, I'm in the Gold Coast. I'm in the Gold Coast right now. Hey man, I was just riding my bike, y'all. I'm just riding my bike. Man, we need to take, they shot FBG Duck, man. I don't know who shot him, man. I just ran into this, y'all. Man.
But interestingly, all of the men who were involved in the murder of FBG Duck were found guilty of murder, despite the fact that for over a year while the case was being built, they seemingly ran free, expecting no consequences and incriminating themselves extensively. Some of those people involved in the murder were dead by the time the FBI swooped in and delivered justice, and many of those involved were close friends of Lil Durk himself. One of those convicted, Marcus Smart, known in the streets and on songs as Moo-Wop, was a very close friend of Durk's, even being seen on flights with Durk, flexing wads of cash shortly before his arrest and posing for pictures, calling himself Gangsta Killer.
Hello. What that is? I gotta get on that. What that is? Who got the most views? Let's see that. Who got the most views? It's yours. Gangsta Killer. Take him on. Gangsta Killer.
All of this isn't a good look for Durk, but the most important piece of the puzzle is another infamous figure in the Chicago gangland, as well as its buzzing drill music scene, infamous Black Disciple member and apparent leader of the O-Block faction of the gang, King Von. Allegedly, Von had orchestrated the murder of Duck and put a 6-figure bounty on his head prior to the murder, but this wasn't Von's first time taking a life in Chicago. Von had allegedly killed 7 people in the gang war between the Black Disciples and the Gangster Disciples in Chicago, something that I broke down in detail in a 3-hour documentary on my channel where I actually argued that he indeed met the FBI's definition of a serial killer. Somehow, Von always managed to evade justice, either beating his murder charges in court due to lack of evidence or not being charged at all due to the fact that his murders were usually committed in the dead of night in the slums of Southside Chicago, rather than the broad daylight assassinations that his friends would later carry out in front of the public. King Von was one of Lil Durk's best friends, and when Von beat his last murder charge at the end of 2017, he decided to follow in Lil Durk's footsteps, becoming a drill rapper too, and openly rapping about the many murders he'd allegedly committed. Von's raps, openly bragging about real murders he'd apparently committed, made him a star in drill music, and with Lil Durk's help and guidance, he quickly became the most buzzing gangster rapper in drill music. But in his heart, Von was still a violent thug, and his tendencies to commit brazen violence would begin to impact Durk's career. In 2019, Von and Durk, along with 2 other people, would be accused of attempted murder and armed robbery, with the 2 appearing in court together.
Case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial.
On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Banks, and his co-defendant, Devon Bennett, were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
Interestingly, Durk looked stressed
robbing and shooting niggas got all this bread.
And in a familiar domain. Durk and Von would refer to themselves over the years as the Evil Twins, and in one song titled Evil Twins, they referred to themselves as that and went back and forth, repeating, "If you do it, I'ma do it," even saying "go hop out the car and do it." Clearly, Von was a dark and negative influence on Lil Durk and his career. Von was in the habit of doing real crimes and rapping about them in his music without a care for who heard it. And if Von did it, then Durk would begin doing it too. But unfortunately for the evil twins, Von would suddenly die in November 2020 after launching an unprovoked beating on the rapper Quando Rondo in front of an Atlanta hookah lounge. Sometimes in life, every action has a reaction, and the reaction from this beating resulted in one of Quando's friends, Lil Tim, jumping out of the car, opening fire, and killing King Von. Ironically, Von, the demonic killer turned rapper who had seemingly murdered 7 people in Chicago and got away with it, ended up getting shot dead after starting a fist fight with a rapper rather than in a shootout with gangsters. His feud with Quando Rondo started on the internet rather than in the streets, off the back of a back and forth with Quando's friend and label mate NBA Youngboy, who seemingly didn't want to proceed with a collaboration with King Von. This was followed by a petty back and forth where Von took pictures with the mother of Youngboy's child. Von essentially died over nothing more than an internet back and forth with a rapper, turned fight, turned self-defense shootout, and in the end, he was no longer here to face the music for the murders that he'd done and arranged. But after King Von died, Lil Durk was still running free. And interestingly, after Von's death, Durk was able to make a maneuver and have the attempted murder and armed robbery charges he caught with Von miraculously dropped. The sudden and tragic death of King Von meant that Lil Durk had a second chance to escape the cycle of violence and focus on his music career. But despite his promising rap career, it would seem that the death of his evil twin, King Von, consumed Lil Durk. And in the midst of the killing of one of Chicago's most dangerous rappers, who seemingly always got revenge for any of his friends that were killed, a dark trend would emerge, where fans would goad Lil Durk, begging him to get revenge or slide for Von, with rival rappers like 6ix9ine even mocking Durk openly and asking why he hasn't avenged his friend, ultimately showing off the infamous text that said "slide for Von" in blood in the music video for his song Gine, and rapping that his friend got shot and he just made music about it, taunting Durk, telling him to get a gun and go and get some get back, and saying that he knew he wouldn't ride out and get revenge for his friend on his own. Clearly, all of this trolling struck a nerve with Lil Durk, and not only did Durk lose Von, but over the years, he's lost over 30 friends to street violence, up to the point where fans have speculated that he's actually cursed, as I broke down in another video on the topic. And not only did Lil Durk lose Von in 2020, but in 2021, his beloved blood brother D-Thang was also murdered at a Chicago nightclub in another incident that was seemingly gang-related. Now, just being completely honest, I can't imagine being in that situation. I haven't lost a friend or relative to murder the same way that Durk has, and who knows how the average person would react under this sort of pressure and grief. But ultimately, Lil Durk should have focused on his music career, the success that he was having, and continuing to provide for his family and the people who relied on him. But it would seem that his apparent desire to slide and get revenge was actually stronger than his desire to chase money, success, and security for his loved ones. As he famously rapped on the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy with Babyface Ray, he would rather get revenge than get millions. And he would seemingly know his fate long before the murders happened when he rapped on his song Red Man that when people ask him where he think he'll be in 10 years, he replies, in federal custody. Ultimately, 2 years after Lil Pab was murdered, the indictment would claim in black and white that this murder was allegedly a get back for the killing of King Von. But this wasn't a surprise to anyone who'd been paying attention, as within months of the murder of Lil Pab, Lil Durk and others close to him would begin to claim openly in music and on podcasts that Lil Durk had indeed slid for Von.
Oh, they did something. Oh, slide for him, slide for him. Oh, you oh, yeah.
Slide for Von, right? Yeah.
You talking about by the slide for Von comments. Still, I don't know if people still say it.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, cause of wait no.
For no reason, I just don't see the comments no more. Some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Or who?
Yeah, though. We different in Iraq.
Nah, because Lil Pop.
I feel like you troll right now. No? I never troll him. He got beat up too bad. He had already.
So you're not condoning more violence?
Who are you talking about?
What? Everybody you telling me about don't matter.
But it wasn't just interviews. In fact, just 4 months after the murder, Lil Durk and his OTF rap collective and label released a project titled Loyal Bros 2. And while many people missed it at the time, this entire project was wall-to-wall with jaw-dropping self-incrimination, not just from Durk, but his friends and label mates. In fact, When the indictment dropped, reports would soon begin to spread of an unidentified co-conspirator who had allegedly organized this murder and offered lucrative music opportunities to the other suspects. It could very well be the case that Lil Durk had actually offered his subordinates verses and feature opportunities in exchange for carrying out real murders. Unfortunately now, Lil Durk is charged with murder for hire in the case of Lil Pab, but the dark truth is, this very well may just be the tip of the iceberg. And ever since the paperwork dropped, there's been intense speculation as to whether this was a one-off incident, or had Durk actually spent several years using his power, status, and money to have numerous enemies murdered before rapping about it in front of the whole world for everyone to hear. The fact is, there's a total of 6 high-profile murders that Lil Durk is rumored to have orchestrated. So today, we're going to be taking a closer look at the cases to try and work out once and for all whether Lil Durk was really the mastermind behind this series of gruesome murders.
Chicago, Illinois, man. Lil Durk, Inglewood area, whole city, man. I'm saying we out here rapping, doing our thing. I got a big buzz, man. Trying to stay tuned, get rich. I'm just a young. I'm 17 years old.
So tell me a little bit about Inglewood.
You know, over now, with all the murders and all that happening right now.
I mean, Newski. They left us right here.
One of the other interviews, you said that your dad was caught with like $8 million, 6 bricks.
Yeah. That's why I want to be just like him.
So, Durk Banks, also known as Lil Durk. It brings me great honor and pleasure as the mayor of the village of Broadview to present this key.
What made you want to sign him?
Monster.
You got a name.
King Von, V-O-N.
King Von. K-I-N-G. What made you want to sign King Von?
Because he got a whole story behind it.
And so on behalf of the village of Broadview, we are honored to present this key to the city, to Durk Banks Neighborhood Heroes. This key is a token of our appreciation for your collaboration and partnership.
On the road again, back on the road again. We catch you, you through. We catch you, you through.
Against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward today. Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial.
I have nothing to add. Duck was a threat, gang, with the music, for real, for real. He's gonna be a problem inside this industry for us. We're gonna be forced to hit it. We're gonna be forced.
4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing.
That's a Chicago rapper, man, by the name of FBG Duck. Shot.
No, they got 63rd. Some dirty.
If we into it for real, like, not no faking to it. If we into it, I don't know. Because they be thinking, yeah, it's a lot of faking to it going on. But if we into it, you say we into it, you better, I swear to God.
Dante Banks was killed when he was shot in the head. Banks is the older brother of locally known rapper Lil Durk.
So we thank you and we honor you and we appreciate you being in the village of Broadview, and here's your key.
Durk was embroiled in some eternal, I need you off of this earth beef. That's different.
Because of King Von?
Of course. Not only that, he needed the guys who killed his brother off this earth.
Because I forgave my brother killer, but you know, I understand. I understand what y'all going through. And I hope y'all make it out. I hope y'all make it the out, man.
Well-known Chicago area rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning. He raps under the name FBG Cash.
Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV.
Chicago rapper Lil Durk could be linked to a second murder-for-hire plot. Images of the gunman who shot and killed Stephon Mack in 2022. Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper Lil Durk is facing new charges in a murder-for-hire plot.
I'm not gonna lie. He making that nigga Durk look like a fucking demon in this motherfucker. I'm not gonna cap.
I don't know. Might be the water.
You better have your gun for me. Better have your gun for Boom. Better have your gun for C. You don't believe me, you gonna see. You gonna end up by that tree.
You know that we did it.
If he is convicted, Durk could spend the rest of his life in prison.
Lil Durk, real name Durk Devontae Banks, was born on October the 19th, 1992. According to his mother, LaShonda Woodard, who has written a memoir about her life, Durk, or Tay as his mother called him, shorthand for Devontae, was a problem child from early on who just couldn't stay still and was always getting into trouble. Durk and his two older siblings, his big brother Booney, better known as OTF D-Thang, and his big sister, Tuta, were not planned children, but rather, as his mother explains in her memoir, she would barely even know Durk's father when she would get pregnant unexpectedly with her oldest child D-Thang while they were both still in high school. And even after that, while Durk's father, Dante Banks, aka Big Durk, would help to provide for her and the kids, they were never officially together as a couple, even as she kept becoming pregnant due to failing to use contraception. And to make matters harder, Big Durk would end up getting locked up on serious charges when Lil Durk was only about 7 months old, as he would get busted for a major drug dealing operation in 1993, allegedly operating under the Gangster Disciple Nation, or GDN, and even having ties to the infamous founder of the gang himself, Mr. Larry Hoover, whom Big Durk would allegedly refuse to snitch on, ultimately winding up getting himself a life sentence that he would serve for over 2 decades, before successfully appealing his sentence and getting released in 2019, something which I discussed in detail in a deep dive video about the man, which you can go and watch if you want the full story on Big Durk. But anyway, Lil Durk and his family would spend his first years living in his grandmother's house and his mother's childhood home in the infamous Inglewood neighborhood, an address that would later become famous, being the name of his 7th studio album, the 7220 South Halsted Street. The family would get another addition in 1997 when Durk's mother gave birth to his younger sister, Tania. Sometime after that, the family would move to a Section 8 3-bedroom house on Laughlin Street. As a young schoolboy, Lil Durk would attend the Guggenheim Elementary School, located on 72nd and Morgan, a school which district officials would call the worst elementary school in Illinois in 2012 when the school was eventually closed due to its poor performance. According to his mother, Durk was so out of control as a child that she literally couldn't work because of how often she would be called to the school due to his bad behavior. At only 9 years old, Durk would apparently even attempt to rob a Harold's Chicken with his mother's gun that he had somehow found, with their neighbor actually then appearing at the family's front door holding Durk from his collar in one hand whilst holding the gun that they had taken from Durk in the other. Around the same age, Durk would also begin often fighting at school and stealing bikes, hiding them in the family's basement so that his mother wouldn't find them. But in his younger years, Durk was also very athletic, and he would be involved in the Jesse White Tumblers, an acrobatics program in Chicago, as well as playing basketball in his school's team. But unfortunately, both hobbies required him to keep up good grades at school in order to participate, which would ultimately take him away from sports altogether. Now, in order to get help with raising a young Lil Durk, his mother would eventually move back to live with Durk's grandmother at 7220 Halsted. But as Durk would later explain to Complex, this would do little to steer him away from trouble, and it was around this age that he would truly begin to get sucked into the street life.
72nd and Halsted, house I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? My grandma's house. This is where it all started at, you know what I'm saying? Just the rap, the whole stop going to school. That's what we basically hopped out the streets. We came in.
We grew up in a 3-bedroom house, really 2. My grandma kept a room to herself. D-Thang had the couch. I had the floor in the back. It just came from nothing, you know what I'm saying? It came from one house, like 10 people. Even days the lights was off. Nah, the worst memories of the motherfucker, not eating shit. That's the worst you can go. Really surviving off rice and toast, like that. Starved, not eating at night.
This house gave me intelligence, you know what I'm saying? It showed me to be a man, you know what I'm saying? Nobody won't think about him making it out of here.
During his adolescence, Durk would become affiliated with 2 gangs from his neighborhood in Inglewood, Lamron and D-Town. Lamron would rep the streets between 62nd and 65th, with their main corner being on 64th and Normal Avenue, the name of the set, Lamron, in fact being normal, spelled backwards. But many members of Lamron would also rep the name OTF, which is now known to mean Only the Family. But OTF might not have always referred to Only the Family, as Durk's label is now known, because some have suggested that it actually originally stood for Only Trey Folks, a reference to the membership of the gang being made up exclusively of Black Disciples, a historic Chicago gang whose hand sign depicts them making a 3, or the Treys, a hand sign that was famously depicted on fellow BD drill rapper Chief Keef's Bang 3 mixtape. The first mentions of this OTF name on Facebook appear to be from around 2010, which is likely why the feds are now also tracing OTF's founding back to that specific year. D-Town, on the other hand, was located directly north of Lamron, their main streets being 59th and 61st. These 2 sets were seemingly extremely close to each other, and they would both rep the number 300, with 3, as I've already mentioned, being an important number for the BDs or Black Disciples that both sets were indeed affiliated with. Together, the 2 sets would go under the umbrella name DTLR 600, the number 600 coming from literally adding the 2 300s together. Lamron and D-Town would also be very close with several other majority BD sets from the south side of Chicago, such as the now infamous Wick City, aka O-Block, located in the notorious Parkway Gardens housing projects known for rappers like Chief Keef and King Von, as well as TYM YMB, Blackgate, a crew known particularly for the rapper SD from Chief Keef's Glory Boys, Dipset, aka Front Street, known best for the late rapper Fredo Santana, Dog Pound, which is Durk's big brother D-Thang's gang set, as can be seen in this massive chain that he had made in the honor of the 72nd Street that the set hails from. There's also AMG, also known as Mac Block, or the Avenue, aka the Ave, there's Lowlife, and the much more famous 600 set from the Washington Park neighborhood, known for rappers like E-Day, Rondo No. 9, and the late LA Capone. Lamron
He broke this shit down, bro. Nobody ever broke this shit down like he just broke this shit down. Ever. That nigga breaking shit down. Act be doing his thing when it comes to certain shit, but this nigga breaking that shit down.
Called Bang Bang Gang, or BBG, as can be seen from this picture in 2010 where Durk himself is portrayed together with this set's name, or in this 2010 music video where Durk and Lil Reese shout out the set. In fact, one of the main members of Durk's OTF crew, Booney Mo, is allegedly from this majority black P-Stone set that reps 79th Street, particularly 79th and Damon, sometimes going by the name 227, as well as an older name, Terror Dome. This set would gain an infamous reputation in the 2010s due to their long war with the GD set called Killer Ward, which in 2015 led to a highly publicized murder of a 9-year-old boy named Tyshawn Lee, whose father was an alleged member of the Killer Ward gang. Killer Ward is interestingly also known for being King Von's original hood before he would move to Parkway Gardens or O Block.
Right now I'm in an area called Killer Ward. This is where I grew up at. I went to grammar school on 6th and Walcott, like kindergarten or 8th grade. This is the area, so this played a big part of my life. I grew up here being bad, gang banging around here.
As Durk was getting increasingly into the street life, he would also begin his high school studies, first attending Percy Julian High School, located in the far south side of Chicago. But due to the long commute, he would soon transfer to the infamous Paul Robeson High School in Inglewood, another school that has since been closed due to its poor performance, and a school which many legendary people from the Chicago drill scene would attend in the early 2010s around the same time as Durk, including people like the late rapper Lil Jojo, who was from the Brick Squad set from 69th and Eggleston, their hood being located right next to that school, and this set having had a long-lasting beef with Lamron, D-Town, and other BD majority sets from around Englewood. The rapper Famous Dex also attended Robeson, Dex being from a GD set called Mo, or MOE, located in a large GD stronghold, a neighborhood referred to as No Love City, which would also beef heavily with Lamron and D-Town. The late rapper Lil Mister would also attend Robeson, even getting an opportunity to perform his drill anthems at the school. Lil Mister was from a set called Wooga World on 70.
Performing a drill song at the school is crazy. That's crazy.
5th and Stewart, the set being very closely affiliated with Brick Squad and therefore also rivals to Lamron and D-Town. As Durk's mother would recall in her memoir, Robeson had numerous rival gangs that would bring far more problems to Lil Durk's young life. And over time, he and his friends would begin to get into increasingly violent encounters with the gangs that they didn't get along with. Eventually, these beefs and schoolyard fights would escalate into shootings and killings, with one of the first major losses on Durk's side being a 17-year-old called Lil Mo. Real name Terrence Hollins, he would be gunned down in Lamron's hood in July of 2009, and according to online rumors, Mo was killed by a member of No Love City called Tonebone, but the facts regarding this case remain vague. In 2020, rapper Brick Youngster would rap in his song Let's Talk Part 2, OTF diss, that Lil Mo was actually killed by friends of King Von, but it's not clear what friends he's specifically referring to. But in any case, Mo's death was clearly a major turning point for Lamron and D-Town, and they would pay tribute to him religiously. Durk, who had been getting into rapping around this time, would even make a tribute song to his fallen friend, this seemingly being one of the first of his old songs that can still be found on the internet. With Durk rapping to the classic beat from Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane's song We Be Steady Mobbin', Durk was clearly influenced by Lil Wayne's rapping style, and he was also seemingly into freestyling all of his lyrics on the spot. Now, the song is a far cry from the Durk drill anthems that he would produce just a few years later, but by its subject matter, the song was quite clearly a precursor to drill music as we know it today, as Durk would not only shout out other BD sets, such as Dog Pound and the Ave, but he would also diss numerous rival sets, including No Love City, Brick Squad, and somewhat surprisingly, also a set called Brick.
Niggas talking crazy like Durk ain't about nothing. And fuck no love, cause they ain't on nothing. And Briscoe from Robeson, I'ma get y'all. Now now Brick City can suck a whoo, if they don't fuck with us, niggas can suck. Whoa, Durk was flashing out.
City, who were an older generation from the same hood as 600, a group of OTF allies from Washington Park, who would not long after become very close with Lamron and particularly Lil Durk personally. Similar set repping can actually be heard in Durk's other alleged 2009 song called My Partner Them, this song being a remix of the Atlanta rap crew Rich Kid's 2009 song My Partner Them. And again, Durk can be heard shouting out sets like Lamron, D-Town, Young Money, and Terradome, amongst others, as well as his friends like Lil Varney from Lamron. Also in 2009 is when Durk would begin to get in trouble with the law, as in November, he would be arrested for vehicular hijacking. According to the police reports, an unknown person would first try and rob a woman's car by force, and as the police would later find the car in traffic near D-Town's hood, two men would exit the car and attempt to escape, but they would be caught. One of these men turned out to be a 17-year-old Lil Durk. According to the police, while in custody, either Durk or the other man would freely state that he had seen the car running for about 20 minutes with no one inside, so he decided to take it. However, despite this admission, it doesn't appear that Durk ever received any legal consequences from this incident. But then, only a month later in December, Durk would again be arrested, this time for criminal trespassing, as he was hanging out with 3 other people inside of a laundromat in Dog Pound's hood on 72nd and Halsted. And interestingly, Durk's gang affiliation in the arrest report would be marked incorrectly as Gangster Disciple, perhaps due to his father's affiliation with the gang being widely known amongst the Chicago Police Department. But anyway, coming into 2010, Durk was now a bona fide gang member, but he was also beginning to really focus on his rap career, and in April, he would drop his first ever music video for a song that was first titled Wasted Freestyle, rapping on the beat from Gucci Mane's classic song Wasted. However, for some reason, that same channel would then release the same music video again a few weeks later, but this time with the title Lamron Wasted. But these two are the same song. The song was stylistically very similar to Durk's earlier songs, as he was still freestyling his lyrics whilst using the Lil Wayne style auto-tune delivery. And once again, much of the song was about him shouting out the numerous other sets and members in his area, including Terradome, Young Money, his friends Lil Varney, Booney Mo, and Tracy Mo, as well as Wick City and Blackgate, among many others. According to Durk's mother, this song would be an instant hit in Chicago, motivating Durk to focus on rap and take it seriously. And only about a month later, it was followed by another music video for a song titled L's. But this time, also the Grim Reaper of Chirac himself, Lil Reese, would be in the mix, somehow having a flow and lyrics that were light years ahead of his more recent output, which was not lost on fans of Chicago drill when they would run into this video years later. Now, Durk would seemingly put much more effort into this song, finally resulting to actually writing down and thinking about his lyrics rather than simply freestyling. And the beat of the song was also much darker than his earlier tracks, foreshadowing the formation of the drill sound that was soon to follow and become huge. However, for whatever reason, he would not drop any more music during 2010, but coming into 2011, he would truly get into his bag, dropping numerous songs and music videos, including Sneak Dissin' in January, I'm a Hitter in March, which would help Durk land a radio interview on University of Chicago's WHPK 88.5. There was the track Rob Who with Lil Reese that dropped in May, a track 227K in June, which would be a diss song towards their old friends, the BBG, aka Terradome, who they apparently had a falling out with, seemingly allying with Terradome's enemy, the Kill Award, instead. Another track called Too Many Say They Drillin' with Lil Reese was posted on YouTube by none other than Chief Keef, who was also beginning to get a major buzz in the city for his music around this time as well. He would then drop the I'm a Boss freestyle in October, which would use the legendary beat from Meek Mill's song by the same name. In August, Durk would also release his first mixtape, titled after his song I'm a Hitter, hosted by DJ Twin. Durk's rap career would truly begin to flourish during 2011, the same time as the entire Chicago drill scene was beginning to pop off in the city, with artists like King Louie, Chief Keef, E-Day, S-Dot, FBG Duck, Bo Deal, Lil Reese, and Lil Durk leading the charge. But 2011 wasn't only good times for Durk, as many developments would be going down in the streets, and in July, he would end up losing a person that was not only important to him, but also the entirety of the D-Town set, as an 18-year-old Tay-Ski, or Tay-Tay, real name Davonte Childress, was gunned down in D-Town's hood. Like Lil Mo on Lamron's side, Tay-Ski would become known as one of the first major losses for D-Town, and they would be so impacted by his passing, they would rename their hood Tay-Town, also known as TTE, which also means Threats to Everybody, or Tay-Town Entertainment. In his mixtape I'm a Hitter, that was released about a month after Tay-Ski's death, Durk himself would have a tribute song towards him titled Tay-Ski Crazy. Interestingly, unlike many other murders in Chicago, this one would eventually actually be solved, and 2 people would end up being charged and found guilty, Antoine Reynolds and Marlon Boyce, both alleged members of a GD set called Shields, hailing from 57th and Shields. After Tay's murder, Lamron and Tay-Town would understandably be thirsty for revenge, and they would allegedly get that revenge the following year, when a member of the Shields named Travis Henry was shot and killed while sitting in his car in the Shields hood. Just like Tay-Town, Shields would pay tribute to their fallen friend by renaming their hood Travis World, whilst also claiming to be TTEK, or Tay-Town Killers. It would take 2 years for the police to finally find a suspect.
That's crazy. It was really a time where niggas was walking around with like they ops and then K or fuck certain, fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga. It was really a time where niggas was doing that, bro. That shit crazy.
In 2014, they would charge a man for the murder.
Now niggas just want to hide all their ops. Back then, niggas wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? Now niggas hiding their ops, sneak dissing them and shit.
Of Travis, this man being none other than OTF real name DeAndre Wilson, who was already back then one of Lil Durk's closest friends. However, by 2023, after almost a decade of fighting these charges, OTF would end up beating the case and walking away a free man. But back to 2011, Durk would find himself in trouble with the law once again, when he would be arrested in October for an aggravated UUW, or unlawful use of a weapon, as he was caught trying to hide his gun and flee from the police.
Why the fuck they... Why the fuck they put Durk on the spot like that? Why the fuck they put the nigga unemployed? That's fucking crazy to me. I ain't never seen it on no fucking paperwork. That motherfucker say unemployed. What the fuck?
However, the most interesting part about this arrest is the fact that the police were already looking for Durk due to an investigative alert with probable cause to arrest. Years later, rumors would begin to circulate online that the reason why not only Durk, but also Lil Reese were wanted during this time was due to a shooting in late August 2011 where 4 teens had gotten shot in Woodlawn, more specifically in the hood of the infamous set Gyro City. Fortunately, nobody would die in the shooting, although some of the victims would reportedly be taken to hospital in critical condition. Interestingly, the Grim Reaper himself, Lil Reese, would later state in a DJU interview how he had previously shot someone who had been on the same interview couch, with many fans thinking that Reese was talking about this very case and specifically referring to a well-known Gyro City member and infamous internet motormouth FBG Butter, who had indeed been on DJU's couch.
Infamous internet motormouth.
I said you had a lot of goofy on this couch. I've been watching lately.
Goofy like who?
I done seen on this trying to pop before.
You did what?
Butter would then return to DJU and seemingly admit that he was indeed one of the victims, whilst even providing possibly a motive for the shooting.
We op shopping. We go on 61st, we catch Lil Durk and Lil Reese inside the store. They scared as hell. But I ain't even know who Lil Reese and Durk was on folks' grade, right? Tutu get on folks' grade, Tutu coming at T. Cause we walked past them. Tutu double back, he on Tuka. On folks' grade, they ain't that scared as hell. They, boy, what's up, y'all with that? On Tuka, Lil B them get right on it. Hey, y'all with that? He with what, boy? Lil Reese getting that with what?
In addition to him saying we done had some goofy on the couch, he was like, yeah, I popped one of these that's been on the couch. He ain't putting no names on it, so I guess if the shoe fit where, huh?
The shoe don't fit over here, gang.
But whatever the case may be, Durk would reportedly remain locked up for 3 months, during which time his girlfriend Nicole would give birth to his oldest son, Angelo, in November. Then, at the beginning of 2012, Durk would get back out and hit the streets running, dropping the song Off the Shits with Lil Reese in January 2012, along with a music video filmed by the legendary Chicago cameraman D Gaines. Meanwhile, Lil Durk's friend Chief Keef's career was also heating up, dropping his music video for a song called 300 also in January, which would begin to make major noise in Chicago. And from there, soon Chief Keef would be performing for a packed-out crowd in the legendary nightclub located in Markham in the far south side suburbs of Chicago, with several Lamron members right by his side, including guys like Lil Reese, Fallout, and Lil Durk himself. Chief Keef would also make a cameo on Lil Durk's music video for the song Jack Boy, released in early March, while Durk had already been present during Keef's 2011 music video for his song Bang. Now, the world didn't know it yet, but the Chicago drill scene was about to go worldwide, as the pressure in this buzzing music scene was building and would eventually explode, influencing the entirety of hip-hop at large. On March the 11th, the blow-up, or should I say glow up, would finally happen, as Chief Keef would drop Drill's first nationwide hit, the iconic track I Don't Like, together with a music video where Keef and his buddies, including Lamron members Lil Reese and Fallout, could be seen wildly dancing to the booming beat produced by Young Chop. Building on the success of I Don't Like, Durk would drop a major hit later in March himself, the drill classic L's Anthem, another auto-tuned banger dedicated to his Lamron set. Durk, together with the likes of Chief Keef and Lil Reese, were now the main faces of the new Chicago drill scene, and if you would have seen the potential in Durk at the time, you would have truly gotten yourself a bargain deal for a feature, price tag at this time being just $1,000. Then, in late April, Durk and Reese would both make a major announcement when it was revealed that they would both be signing to Def Jam, one of hip-hop's most historically significant record labels. And this was even before Chief Keef would sign his historic $6 million deal with Interscope. But unfortunately, just as Durk's career was about to take off, he would have to go back to jail to finish his sentence for the UUW, keeping him out of the picture for several months, whilst his friends and family were trying to keep his buzz going. Durk would get out in July, this time hitting the streets with a new look and a new hunger, which would culminate in December with his third mixtape, Life Ain't No Joke, featuring big names in the rap game like French Montana, Soulja Boy, and Yo Gotti. However, it would be Durk's next major move that would truly make him a household name, as in May 2013, he would drop the song This Ain't What You Want, together with his most professional-looking music video until that point, probably enabled by Def Jam's big production budgets. The music video included cameos from numerous people who would later become infamous in the drill scene, including the 600 rapper Rondo No. 9, who would ultimately end up killing an innocent livery driver the following year, receiving a 39-year sentence, and, bizarrely, Mubu Crump, nicknamed the Chirac Scorekeeper by DJ Academics, who would eventually fall out with Durk and his OTF crew before getting killed in 2018, as well as THF Bezu from the THF 46 set, who would be arrested for a murder in 2014, but ultimately ended up beating the charges, going on to release the 2018 street hit, Beat That Body, together with another body beater, King Von, who himself at that time had just successfully beaten his own murder charges. But anyway, back to 2013, and unfortunately for Durk, once again, right as his career was about to blow to that next level, he would get in trouble with the law once again, as he was arrested for another UUW in June, after police would catch him red-handed with a stolen Glock, while the local news would report on him as a rapper, quote, associated with Chief Keef. That says a lot about where the kind of discourse around Chicago drill music was at the time. Regardless, Durk would catch a lucky break, as his friend would actually end up signing an affidavit claiming that the gun was actually his, ultimately getting Durk off the hook. But in the meantime, there was another controversy brewing. While Durk would be released on bail later in June, he would almost immediately get into an online beef with none other than Chief Keef himself, as Durk's OTF affiliate, Chief Wook, would begin tweeting apparent disses towards Keef, accusing him of not being a stand-up friend and refusing to help somebody that needed bail money, despite having signed a $6 million record deal. Durk would actually retweet his friend's posts, whilst also letting his own feelings be known, saying how he's still in the hood and not in the rich suburbs outside of Chicago like Keef was at the time, as well as directly stating how it was F Chief Keef's GBE crew. Naturally, fans at the time would think that the beef was about Durk's bail, which had been 10% of $100,000, an amount that just so happened to be the exact same amount that Keef would post his new four-wheeler costed. These posts actually at the time being seen as subliminal disses towards Lil Durk. However, as 600 member Tay Capone would later explain,
wait a minute, what they supposed to say? About $10,000 four-wheeler, and
subliminal disses towards Lil Durk. However, as 600 member Tay Capone would later explain, the person asking for bail actually would have been an O-Block member called Trey 5.
They came to him about bonding out 5. They came to him about bonding out one of the guys, and Sosa was like, you know, he not spinning them, but he just telling them like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We gon', you know, Trey 5 was from O-Block. He was fighting a charge. He had bond. I think his bond was like $10K, $7,500 or something they was trying to get from Sosa. And Sosa had been, I guess, to them, spinning them about, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever bond money or whatever they was gonna do for 5, they wanted from Sosa. They felt like Sosa was spinning them. So they felt like they gave him enough time to act on what the situation or whatever. And then once they felt like he was just gonna keep spinning them or lying to him, they felt like they had enough time, where they felt like they had enough aggression built up from the situation to just act, you know.
But at the time, it seemed that this beef was squashed as soon as it had started, with Lil Durk saying during an interview that it was nothing but some words and that the two groups still had love for each other.
A lot of people have been tweeting me to ask you about your relationship with Chief Keef because of things that have been going back and forth. What is the status of that right now?
It was just a little bit of words. It ain't nothing major though.
Yeah, ain't nothing major?
Nah, ain't nothing major.
It ain't nothing that's gonna grow or?
Nah.
Have y'all communicated since then? Have y'all?
Yeah, we had a little few words to be on some, man. We cooling right now, so.
Yeah.
So I respected that. We respect each other. We got love for each other, so.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that Twitter is. You know Twitter gonna take everything the wrong way.
Ain't Twitter a trip?
Meanwhile, Lil Durk's Lamron set was getting some questionable publicity in the local media, as the Chicago Sun-Times would publish a scathing cover story about the gang in November 2013, calling the set Lamron.
Nigga said Twitter gonna take everything the wrong way, but he clearly said fuck GB on Twitter. How the fuck did they take that wrong?
Inglewood's public enemy #1, and the article would go in depth on Lamron's alleged illegal activities, which according to police included not only shootings and murders, but also drug sales, and even a large counterfeiting ring that produced fake driving licenses. However, at this point in time, the article was only focusing on Chief Keef's connection to the set, and it wouldn't mention Lil Durk at all. Once again, just showing that difference in fame between these two at that point in time. Also in November, Durk would experience another major loss when his good friend Pluto, real name Patrick Walker, would lose his life under strange circumstances, reportedly getting shot by a friend from the TYMB set whilst out driving in his car. The incident allegedly being an accident, but one that would eventually sour the relationship between Lamron and TYMB, with Durk later rapping in his song titled Crossroads how Pluto would still be alive if he hadn't been out hanging with the wrong strangers. Behind the scenes though, things between Lil Durk and Chief Keef apparently weren't all good, and in 2014, things would go all the way left when some of Chief Keef's old friends from O Block would also get involved in the beef, with several incidents taking place that year. First, in March, there would be a shooting at Chief Keef's manager's house, which allegedly was a robbery that his old friends were involved in. Then in June, Keef would take it to social media, accusing his old friend Boss Top from O Block of breaking into his house while he was in court fighting his own charges, and stealing numerous items including designer clothes, jewelry, and even his daughter's clothing, earning Boss Top ridiculous nicknames like Broke Top and the Diaper Bandit amongst Chief Keef fans. At the time, controversial commentary would come from a young DJ Academics, who at this point was only just starting his YouTube journey with his War in Chirac series.
It's your boy DJ Academics, and now, as the Chirac Civil War wages on, and let me get my in order. Let me see. We have a named Boss Top who was Chief Keef's protege. He was supposed to be the protege savage to Baphomet. Now, I'm not sure why these two fools fell out, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was over maybe some Reggie, maybe some sneakers.
This nigga,
and you know my favorite
he ain't had no chill back
beef in
then.
Chirac, sneak dissing. Or it might have been over apparently might have been over some song titles or something to do with another named OD who died, who influenced the whole name of Block, aka O Block. Allegedly, Boss Top and his robbed Chief Keef and another GB member called Capo for their chains, including this notable Jesus piece that Capo owns. They stole KK, which KK is his daughter, his little baby. They stole her baby clothes. Huh? They stole her baby clothes out of her room. They stole detergent. Whoa. They even stole deodorant. Once you're stealing deodorant, detergent, diapers, and baby clothes, there's something wrong with you. That's how that name Broke Top probably originated. But if you're out here stealing baby apparel, like you at the Baby Gap, it's over.
Now, Durk would seemingly let his stance be known a little while after this in the song 0 to 300, where he raps how he heard that a rapper close to him had gotten their chain stolen, and that they're trying to pay his friend Boss Top to get it back. The beef between Durk and Keef would seemingly continue on and off for years to come, although it would never escalate further, and mainly stayed out of the public's view. However, at the time, Durk would also have bigger problems than just rap beef, as in May 2014, his cousin OTF Nunu, aka Newski, who was also Durk's new up-and-coming artist, would be brutally murdered in his car while he was waiting for Durk, who had gone into a nearby store. Durk's ops then would use pictures that were taken of Durk grieving at the scene to mercilessly troll him online. But Durk's problems wouldn't end there, because in November 2014, he would once again get arrested and charged with another UUW, this now being his third gun case. But interestingly, this arrest would be the very same one where THF Bezu would be arrested and charged for a murder. But it wouldn't only be Bezu who would get slapped with murder charges. By the end of 2014, King Von from O Block was also sat in jail awaiting trial over his murder case concerning a young man named Malcolm Stuckey. And in January 2015, Durk himself would even end up charged with murder too, after one of the guns found during their arrest would be matched to a 2013 murder of an innocent woman named Shanida Lawrence, who was shot whilst attending a gathering in Harris Memorial Park following a funeral of a family member, this park being near the hood of one of Lamron's oldest ops, the Brick Squad. However, the murder charge would eventually end up getting dropped, and even with Durk seemingly admitting ownership of the guns, where he dropped the legendary one-liner, "I got those pipes because MFs always be trying to take my bands." He would seemingly also get away scot-free with the UUW charges, but while Durk had yet again dodged a major bullet that could have ended his career, that career would actually hit somewhat of a rough patch during these years that followed the meteoric rise of the Chicago drill scene, as Durk would seemingly go through a long period where he would struggle to actually find his sound and get motion in music. His time at Def Jam would arguably lead to some not so successful experimentations, such as his association with French Montana's Coke Boys crew, or his relationship with the Detroit rapper Dage Loaf, which appeared as a publicity move for Durk in an effort to move him away from the drill sound to a more pop-oriented approach to music, as even Durk would seemingly admit in his 2016 2016 song Like Me. But in 2016, Durk would end up parting ways with Def Jam, and while he certainly still had a sizable audience, it was clear that his career trajectory was pointing downwards. And this must have been a moment where Durk was under immense pressure to produce something that would get his name hot again and get his music respected in the streets once again after trying to go pop. And it just so happened that around this time, someone from Durk's old circle would get back into the streets, ready to put his crazy story out there for the whole world to hear. And that someone was none other than King Von.
Oh God, bro. King Von turned that nigga back to a demon. I feel like that's in my opinion, bro.
Lil Durk's most famous OTF signee, King Von, is often described as one of Chicago drill's best storytellers, and he's seen as probably the genre's most authentic voice. Von's real life truly matched the gritty and violent themes that he was rapping about, and in many ways, King Von was a larger-than-life character, a rapper that arguably single-handedly brought the Chicago drill genre back and took gangster rap to daring new heights. But also, unfortunately, in the streets, King Von was a prolific killer, with a rumored 7 murders under his belt, something that I've covered extensively on this channel in my long video, King Von Rap's First Serial Killer. If you want to learn about those murders, go and watch that video, but in this video, I'll be digging much deeper into Von's relationship with Durk. As I mentioned earlier, King Von originally grew up in a hood called Killer Ward, located in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, but he would later move to the infamous Parkway Gardens, better known as O Block, a hood that's been affiliated with Durk's Lamron set for a long time, when it was still known as Wick City, that meant wild, insane, and crazy, with both sets united by the fact that they rep the 64th Street or 064. Durk and Von's friendship goes back long before Von's rap career, with Reddit rumors suggesting that they actually knew each other since the late 2000s or early 2010s, while Von himself would state in an interview that they'd known each other since Von was in the 6th or 7th grade.
How'd you guys meet? Growing up, same area, hoods, you know how that go.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
The first time, nah. We always be outside, deepest hill, so probably the first time.
Or maybe what age?
Around like 6th grade or something, 7th grade.
But didn't go to the same school?
Nah, I'm younger.
What we do know for sure is that Durk was known to hang out with members of O Block during the early 2010s, as can be seen from Chief Keef's August 2011 music video for the song Bang, where Durk can be seen with his Lamron partner, Lil Reese, supporting Sosa on his budding rap career. One story that underscores the bond between King Von and Lil Durk is from 2014, when Lil Durk supposedly lent King Von his watch to take to the prom of his then girlfriend at the time, a girl called Mena Red, who's actually the sister of Von's old friend, the rapper Tay 600, nowadays better known as Tay Capone. In an interview with Karen Civil, Durk would recall the story, explaining how Von would get locked up the very next day.
You know, we've been like locked in, like since we was younger. My brother Vernie put us into him, and we just started like, locking in real heavy. And then, well, I think he was going on prom. I gave him my watch to go on prom. He go on prom, he locked up the next day with it. So when he came out, it was like, oh yeah, we locked in. So that was just crazy.
According to online rumors, the reason for Von's arrest would be a shooting that Von did on the way to prom with Lil Durk's very good friend Lil Varney. And there's actually a picture of King Von toting a pistol in a white prom suit that still circulates online. Now this was actually a shooting too that Von would later allegedly talk about in his song Don't Wanna Be Me, when he raps how the police would catch him right after the shooting, but Mena Red would seemingly attempt to claim their guns and take the case for them. Durk would then go to his Twitter and tell his followers to write to Von in jail, referring to him as his brother and saying how Von's gonna be home real soon. But that wasn't the case, as Von would eventually get charged with the May 2014 murder of a young man named Malcolm Stuckey. Von would later reveal that while he was locked up for this murder, Durk was one of the few people consistently taking care of him.
When I got locked up for the drama, like Durk was the main one supporting me, helping me. So we got even closer when I was just in jail. Then I got out. He flew me out there with him, got the rapping. So me and Durk, you know, we like.
Von would eventually beat his charges and get released in December 2017, and Durk would almost immediately take him under his wing and out of the reckless street life that nearly destroyed his life. And soon after, King Von would sign to Lil Durk's OTF collective, and inspired by Durk's success, he too would turn to rap as a means of changing his life.
Before they finish, I'm saying these two artists from Chicago who signed under us, signed the OTF. So.
Okay, so that's Book right
Book
there?
600 and King Von. So,
and they signed to you?
Yeah, actually, they got their own face and name, so they don't need me.
Oh, they don't need you?
No,
they don't need you. So.
Yeah, we off on that.
Durk would waste no time helping Von make his mark on the rap game, bringing him to the popular radio show The Breakfast Club shortly after Von had begun dropping his first songs, with Durk describing him as somebody with a gripping story to tell, perhaps smoothly hinting to his secret past as a 7-time killer in his neighborhood.
King Von,
King Von,
K-I-N-G.
What made you want to sign King Von?
Cause he got a whole story behind him. You know what I'm saying? He from O Block.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That should speak for itself. Nah. But you know what I'm saying? He just real. You know what I'm saying? His music, just real. It just, I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? It's my brother, twin. I've been with him his whole journey in jail.
And I ain't gonna lie, like, he ain't never say nothing about rapping.
The interview actually featured an iconic moment where Charlemagne asked Von his story, and Von proudly boasted that he just beat a body in 2 attempts, even hinting that he did indeed do the murder and only got off due to Lil Durk helping him with an expensive lawyer.
Story, what's your story?
My story, I just got out of jail for just beat a body in 2 attempts. Like, December? I just got out, started rapping.
So you was in jail for 2 murders?
Yeah, 1 murder and 2 attempts. I just beat.
How you beat that?
What you mean? I
mean, you didn't do it clearly. But you had something to throw young black men in jail.
Like jury, like, you know. Like, you know, jury, yeah, look, you know.
That's expensive too, to take it to trial and all of that.
Yeah.
Hey man, if your brother got on $500,000 worth of jury, he gonna have a lawyer.
Von's breakout moment would come just weeks later in December 2018 with the song Crazy Story, a vivid depiction of a robbery gone wrong. The song's powerful storytelling captivated listeners and amassed over 100,000 views on its first day, which shocked even Von himself. But their shared success wasn't without turbulence, as it seemed that Von would bring the Chicago street mindset back to Lil Durk's life, who at this point had already seemingly moved on to bigger and better, more positive things, living the rapper lifestyle all the way out in Atlanta. In February 2019, not even a year after Von had signed to OTF and begun dropping music, Durk and Von would allegedly take part in an incident that would land them an attempted murder case in Atlanta. Allegedly, an altercation would take place outside of the Varsity restaurant, where Durk and Von, along with their friend and fellow OTF affiliate THF Bezu, as well as another Chicago rapper AAB Hella Bands, would allegedly shoot and rob a man by the name of Alexander Witherspoon. Police would claim that Durk was caught on camera during the incident firing from his custom Jeep Trackhawk with a large 300 printed on the side. But the surveillance footage of the incident was seemingly from an angle that left much ambiguity to who had ultimately been the one shooting.
This is the car and this is the SUV. So you're gonna see it in just 1 second.
So the car with the lights on was also...
That's the car that the gentleman was in. Like I said, if you're looking at it, hey guys,
bruh, I
so
can't
in a
see
minute
shit.
you're about to see it. Okay. So I can't tell where he came up from, but you're gonna see the green shoes in a minute. So look at right here. This is the car. The SUV behind it is the SUV. No, those girls are talking in the SUV.
What do I put
in
Cam
1
in?
second, you're gonna see the guy get out tussling. They're in the, it look like they're in the back tussling or something, but you really can't tell what's going on. But if you see inside of that car, you see all that tussling.
Right.
No,
So
I
this
don't
is
like
the
it
guy.
over here.
That's the guy with the green shoes. He's trying to push the door and all that. So I don't know if he has a firearm too, but I know he falls a couple of times.
Okay, there he is.
That's him. That's him steady running.
Oh, I can see a niggas running
Steady
back here.
running, and then you'll see him fall out in front of us. That car was shooting in that one too.
As weeks passed following the incident, Lil Durk and King Von continued their lives as if nothing had happened, while Atlanta police methodically pieced together their investigation. And in May 2019, the facade would come crashing down as King Von was ultimately arrested, with dramatic footage showing over 30 Chicago police officers storming O Block to take him into custody.
Hey, why y'all got me?
Stay on the ground. Stay on the ground.
Gang, what the
Just don't resist. Don't resist.
gang? Why y'all grab me? What the y'all?
Other footage would show King Von in the precinct after his arrest. Shortly after, Durk voiced his support on Twitter, simply writing, "Free Von." But then another tragedy would strike just a week later, when AAB Hella Bands, real name Amir Golston, was gunned down outside of a Miami nightclub in the early hours of the morning. AAB Hella Bands, who's from the so-called Wild 100s in the far south side of Chicago, had allegedly killed another rapper in 2015 who went by the name of Chris Smokes and belonged to a set called LSG 109th, also known as Kush Cowboys or T3 Gang. The LSGs, or Lynchman Circon Gangsters, have a long history, allegedly going back all the way to the original Supreme Gangsters that preceded the Gangster Disciples, as well as the Black Gangster Disciple Nation alliance between the GDs and BDs that was formed between Larry Hoover and David Barksdale. Allegedly, 4 years after Hella Bands had killed Chris, a member of the LSG by the name of Austin Hall would fly to Miami to kill Hella Bands as revenge for his fallen friend, catching him in front of a busy nightclub, with the assassination being caught on video surveillance.
And Miami Beach police are releasing some surveillance video they say captures the shooter as he tries to run away.
Newly released video obtained from the Miami Beach Police Department shows people running for their lives on South Beach. Moments later, this man is seen running diagonally across Washington Avenue. Miami Beach police now say they believe this is the man who opened fire, killing 24-year-old Amir Golston, better known as rapper AAB Hella Bands, and sending another man to the hospital.
A Miami Beach spokesperson would later reveal that Hella Bands had been wanted in Atlanta for the attempted murder and robbery case involving Durk and Von.
The victim in this case, it was wanted out of Atlanta PD. Actually, he had an active warrant for attempted murder, armed robbery.
Meanwhile, according to the Chicago Police Department's website, 2 days after Hella Bands' death, THF Bezu would be arrested in Chicago as a fugitive from justice, allegedly tied to the same Atlanta shooting. However, despite Von and Durk's legal troubles, their music careers had flourished. Just weeks after Von's arrest for the shooting and robbery incident, the remix for his hit song Crazy Story featuring Lil Durk would drop, becoming a massive hit, even landing the track on the Billboard Global 200, being sat at a whopping 122 million views. 1 week after the release of this remix, Lil Durk took to Twitter to announce that he would be turning himself in for the same crimes the following day. But before doing so, he would actually sit down for a TV interview in his lawyer's office, where he claimed his innocence and vowed that he had moved past the street gang life of his youth.
You're about to surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
A rapper's ride. Soon after we spoke, Dirk Banks, a.k.a. the performer Lil Durk, emerged from his lawyer's space and headed toward an SUV. Soon after that, he stepped out in front of the Fulton County Jail. One of his lawyers says he was swiftly taken into custody there, having swiftly flown back to Atlanta after he found out he was wanted.
We found out we had a warrant. We actually on tour. Once I heard, I immediately came back.
He's willing to turn himself in and take care of what he needs to take care of.
We immediately canceled the tour.
He's got a multi-million-dollar salary music career going.
Did you do it? Did you shoot this man? Did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
No.
Banks indicated his lawyer told him not to discuss the specific facts of the case, but he confirmed what his attorney Manny Aurora said, that as a youth, Banks was drawn into the gang life that surrounded him in Chicago, but that's not who he is today.
I had a bad background, just growing up as a child, about father being incarcerated for 25 years, 26 years. So I had a rough past, but like me moving to Atlanta, I just thought that just changed my whole identity of thinking.
Not long after this, Durk and Von would appear together in what would become an iconic court appearance, solidifying their image as the evil twins, who weren't just rappers from the same area, but a dynamic duo of gangsters ready to get shooting at a moment's notice.
Banks released a single, Turn Myself In, the day he turned himself in. It's gotten almost 7 million views. The prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or if a different area?
Yes, ma'am.
Following some intense legal back and forths, which included testimonies from Lil Durk's pastor and record label, Durk would be granted a $250,000 bond in June 2019.
Lil Durk's pastor and record label all testified on his behalf, and at the end of it, the judge determined that the rapper is not a flight risk and granted him a $250,000 bond.
Celebrating his release, he would hop on Instagram Live, visibly relieved as he ran out of jail.
We out here. We out here. Yo, I'm getting fired in the motherfucking apartment. They talking 15 minutes, I'm gonna get 30. Okay, all right.
Oh, we were still waiting on the driver to come up. Just hop in. We waiting on the driver. Hey, hey, you can just stay right here.
Another car is about to pull up.
I'm back.
Hey, thank everybody for the love and support.
Yeah, definitely appreciate everybody for rocking out with us, supporting us, believing us, you know?
During the live session, Durk would tease fans by mentioning that King Von would be coming home the very next day.
Von will be home tomorrow.
Shortly afterward, Durk would proceed to do an interview on his time in jail from his home.
Then when you get in type of that, in a predicament like this, you would sit back and be like, damn, like, why I ain't never do this more? Why I ain't never do this with my kids more? Why I ain't do this with my pops more or my mama? You know what I'm saying?
So it just set me down, so I just understand life more.
Von's release would come a few days later after he was granted a bail of $300,000. However, one of the conditions of their release was that Durk and Von could not be in contact with one another, this even applying to promo runs and club appearances, with the judge essentially breaking up the evil twins for good. For real, these two childhood friends couldn't speak to each other for a pretty extended period in this time. This is something that Von would actually comment on during his March 2020 interview on No Jumper.
Isn't you and Durk, your probation or whatever is such that you're not supposed to be associating with other people who are part of the case? So is it like a thing where you're not supposed to be around each other?
Yeah, so yeah, me and Durk, we only see each other like at court, if we got court.
So even when you're on tour, you can't really be around each other too much?
Nah, we can't. Hell no.
Damn, that's up.
Yeah, ugly.
Is that strange, like just to have the court basically just saying you can't be cool with one of your best friends?
Yeah, because you know it's like, I started off with him, like he started up with me and everything, like how people get to notice me. He bringing me to his interviews and pulling up a chair right here and letting me sit right there.
Right.
Like even though it's just like it's supposed to say if he came No Jump, he'd have a chair right here for me. You'd be like, what the f going on?
Right.
Now this is my artist. You see what I'm saying?
But all that stuff is out for right now, which is unfortunate.
That's what I'm saying. So they just say we caught the case and they removed me for everything. Like in all my shows, I only was having shows because of Durk.
Right.
Like he pulling me on his. You see what I'm saying? So I'm only going places with Durk. I'm only doing. So now it was time to. They put the case. You can't be around Durk no more. You can't move. So now I was only in the studio with Durk. I was on it. So now do everything on your own. You just gotta do it. So I just gotta.
But while Durk and Von couldn't spend time together anymore, there was someone else who was seemingly occupying much of Von's time. As shortly after achieving rap stardom in 2018, King Von had begun dating the rapper Asian Doll, aka Asian Debrat, or simply Asian. The two lovebirds had first crossed paths at a celebrity basketball game where Von had tagged along with Lil Durk. And eventually, Von convinced her to go on a date, borrowing Durk's Trackhawk in an attempt to impress her. This Trackhawk actually being the exact one that was allegedly later used in the attempted murder case in Atlanta.
She sent the number in. I was saying she live in Atlanta. Now, when I go to the crib, now Durk out of town. He left his truck in my car. He got a Trackhawk. That was raw. So I got Durk's car today. So I go pick up. I tell her I'm gonna take her out.
From here, the couple soon became inseparable, frequently being seen together online, and Von would officially announce their relationship during a joint interview with Lil Durk on Shade 4-5.
King Von, I'm saying he in a relationship too.
Shout out Agent Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, he go ahead, yeah.
You heard it here, man. He looking at you like, come on, man.
However, Von's legal problems didn't take a back seat. Even while out on
He's
bail
like,
from
what
the
the
varsity
fuck
incident,
you
Von's
say,
fiery personality would lead to more issues. He would actually allegedly end up briefly in jail again after getting into a studio fight with somebody who'd apparently disrespected Asian Doll, calling her a
Tell him what happened to my hand, bro.
Folks overbeat his.
Call my girlfriend.
But in the end, a relationship between these two would get rocky, and it would be another rapper who would get himself mixed up in their drama. This rapper, of course, being Baton Rouge gangster rap superstar NBA Youngboy. Now, if you want to understand Youngboy's complicated and violent backstory, I've made a 6-hour deep dive on his life, so you can go and watch that for all the context if you don't know nothing about Youngboy. But to understand the origin of this beef between Lil Durk's OTF and Youngboy's NBA, or Never Broke Again collective, which would eventually end up leaving both Von and Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab dead, and Durk fighting for his life behind bars, we have to go all the way back to where it started, and it all started with Von. In late 2017, Lil Durk had dropped the song My Side that featured NBA Youngboy. In the song, Durk would acknowledge that he and Youngboy were a cut above the rest when it came to the rap game, and that they were setting the bar for the others. Durk was clearly a big fan of Youngboy, as well as fellow singing Southern street rapper Quando Rondo, who was signed to Youngboy's NBA label, as Durk would actually name both of them in an Instagram post where he listed his favorite 50 rappers of all time. Furthermore, in my opinion, the influence of Youngboy and Quando's style, a very unique approach of singing and using auto-tune to tell stories from the streets, really resonated with Durk and inspired him to keep making more of that same auto-tuned pain music. Youngboy, Quando Rondo, and OTF had a seemingly amicable relationship up to this point. In February 2019, Von and Quando were seen hanging out backstage at a show and filming a skit where Quando actually would diss Von's ops from 63rd Street in Chicago.
I'm saying though, they are 63rd dirty. I'm talking about hey, listen, no man, 64, y'all 63rd over there smoking crack.
Things seemed really positive between these two groups, but that was all about to change when a year and a half later, in early 2019, Von would hop on IG Live to call out Youngboy, claiming that he had lies or cap in his raps.
Youngboy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
You talking crazy on this.
Oh yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On this man. Cap. You got cap in your raps.
However, in August 2019, King Von would surprisingly tweet a welcome home message to Youngboy following his release from jail. So despite their growing tensions, there appeared to be a brief sense of camaraderie between these groups. Around the same time, Von would actually begin incorporating some of Youngboy's rhetoric into his own style, further blurring the lines between respect and rivalry. In October, DJ Academics would stir the pot by tweeting that NBA Youngboy was the realest street rapper to ever emerge since the original Chirac drill era, challenging fans to name another artist who really lived the life they rapped about. Without hesitation, Lil Durk would respond with a suggestion of his own, King Von. In February 2020, King Von suggested that he and NBA Youngboy had actually worked on music together, even calling on Youngboy publicly to release the track on Twitter. In a post that seemed to hint that Youngboy had been holding onto the song and blocking its release, in May, Durk would release his 5th studio album, Just Cause Y'all Waited 2, a sequel to a mixtape that he had dropped back in 2018. This album also containing the song Turn Myself In, which had been originally released in June 2019, just before Durk had been locked up for the alleged incident in Atlanta. The album would debut at number 5 and later became his first album to reach the top 2 on the Billboard 200. But as Durk celebrated his album rollout, King Von would be out instigating the beef and prodding Youngboy. And in August, he would tweet a cryptic message to his fans, claiming that they wouldn't believe the woman he had just made a hit song with. Later that same day, photos surfaced online of Von with Jania Michelle, the mother of NBA Youngboy's child, sparking a social media frenzy. Von escalated the drama by insinuating on Twitter that he had a sex tape with Jania and hinting that he could release something that could make someone stop claiming their kids. Jania quickly denied the rumors, attempting to shut down the speculation. However, leaked messages suggested that Von's actions were less about Jania and more about getting under Asian Doll's skin, revealing that his supposed collaboration with Jania was an effort to provoke Asian Doll, who he'd apparently split up with at this point. Asian would quickly dismiss Von's claims as lies, asserting that she had found direct messages between Von and Jania before they split up, just adding more fuel to the fire.
Oh, nah, I seen that in them DMs. I've been seeing it. She's lying. I've been seeing it. Been on dick. I've been seeing it. None of this not a surprise. This is just on the internet right now, you know what I'm saying? I've been new.
The very next day, NBA Youngboy would respond with an Instagram post aimed squarely at Von, and in a shocking move, Youngboy captioned the post with a vow to make sure that his son sleeps with King Von's daughter, turning the trolling into a deeply personal and slightly weird attack. Amid the escalating tension, Durk and Von's longtime friend, from back in the days when OTF was something more than just a rap collective, Lil Reese, would enter the beef too, tweeting a bold threat that he planned to beat up Quando Rondo, a close friend of Youngboy and an artist on his NBA label, to which Rondo would respond by saying that Reese and the Chicago rappers in general wouldn't do nothing.
Man, this gang gonna do nothing with me.
At this point, the beef between Von and Youngboy had now broadened to include numerous people from both sides, and in September 2020, King Von would tweet what appeared to be a direct threat towards Quando Rondo and NBA Youngboy, saying that he hoped God had space for both of them. The following day, Quando Rondo's right-hand man, Lil Tim, would fire back on Twitter, warning Von and the other Chicago rappers to think twice before messing with Quando. But Von, unfazed, would respond the day after, saying that he'd been fighting his whole life and he could collaboration with Jania was an effort to prevent that she had found. NBA Youngboy vowed to slightly
so TM basically told him nigga don't fuck with that
artist on his NBA label, to which Rondo would respond by saying that Reese and the Chicago rappers in general wouldn't do nothing.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga is good at his job, bro. He gets so deep. He goes so deep into this shit, bro.
At this point, the beef between Von and Youngboy had now
all this shit on the internet
numerous
if you
people
just research.
from both sides. And in September 2020, King Von would tweet what appeared to be a direct threat towards Quando Rondo and NBA Youngboy, saying that he hoped God had space for both of them. The following day, Quando Rondo's right-hand man, Lil Tim would fire back on Twitter, warning Von and the other Chicago rappers to think twice before messing with Quando. But Von, unfazed, would respond the day after, saying that he'd been fighting his whole life and he could punch hard as hell. Around this time, Von would also begin publicly claiming that he was single and too focused on his career to be in a relationship. However, he would still be spotted at a club with Youngboy's baby mama, Jania Michelle.
So just like 2 days ago, Jania was spotted in the club with King Von's sister, and King Von was also there as well. You couldn't see them together, but you know they were together. If you know, you know.
2020 was truly King Von's year. He had dropped 2 successful mixtapes back-to-back, Grandson Volume 1 and LeVon James, and he was priming himself for a blockbuster debut.
Bro, these hoes are scandalous, bro. Scandalous. Like, you know we got like, why? Why be with this man? I don't know. That shit weird. That shit strange.
with the much-anticipated project Welcome to O-Block coming. But also,
Ain't no
by
loyalty.
October,
Them
Von
hoes
had
ain't
shifted
hoes.
his
These
focus to
females ain't
promoting
got
his
no
new
loyalty,
song,
bro.
Mine Too, a track that was subtly dissing NBA Youngboy as he would rap about how somebody's girl was Von's too, whilst also mentioning having beef in the NOLA, or New Orleans and Louisiana, the latter being Youngboy's home state. Also in October, Von would tweet that once a girl lets another man in, he would no longer want her, leading fans to speculate that he was referencing Asian Doll, possibly moving on, and rumours would then begin swirling that Von's ex-Asian Doll had actually met up with Youngboy, a claim that emerged after DMs from people in Youngboy's camp leaked. Meanwhile, Durk was going on the musical run of a lifetime. His momentum as a rapper was truly back, partly off the back of the street credibility that he'd received from his collaboration with Von, landing a blockbuster collaboration with rap's biggest star Drake in the form of the song Laugh Now, Cry Later, dropping in August, a track that swiftly went to number 2 on the Billboard charts. And Durk was gearing up to drop his 6th studio album, The Voice, releasing its title track in September 2020, while NBA Youngboy, on the other hand, was on a generational run in the rap game, releasing back-to-back #1 albums and flooding the market with music in a way that proved that you could provide quality and quantity at the very pinnacle of the rap game. He was also catching cases left, right and center, and he was certainly one of the realest, if you will, gangster rappers to have ever done it, especially at that level at this point. But Youngboy was also still being petty and entertaining the beef. He would actually release a snippet in early November of a song that he had apparently recorded with Asian Doll with the threatening title Meet the Reaper, clearly taking a deadly hint towards this beef with Von, a dig which Von would respond to by tweeting that the song was trash and claiming that his and Janeer's collaboration was much better. He would then even hint at having compromising pictures of Janeer, but then later backtracked, saying that he was only joking and that if Asian Doll was happy, then he's happy too. But the song was still trash. In an interview with DJ Academics, Von would downplay the feud with Youngboy, saying that the internet was blowing it out of proportion.
People told me you and Youngboy was beefing or something like that. You said something about what happened, Von? What's going on with you, man?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interests, and then you know how the internet will try to make it.
Don't tell me I got problems over girls.
No, it's the internet, gang. It's the you know, they'll try to make it like that because it's the internet. You see what I'm saying? And then you know how females will try to make it like that because they females, and they'll try to make it like one motherfucker hard and try to. It be just all type, but it ain't nothing too serious, nothing that you should worry about.
Tragically though, Von had no idea just how serious the situation was about to become, and only a few days later, events would escalate far beyond anyone's expectations.
That shit crazy how close that shit was.
In the media. On November the 6th, 2020, King Von would tragically lose his life in a shooting outside of the...
Because I remember watching that video of Von in the car, because it's the same video where he asked him about Duck. And he pulled the camera away and started laughing and shit. It's crazy how close that shit was. The nigga just said, I don't know. Just said a couple days ago. I don't know. Niggas, that's what I'm saying. Niggas be having. I guess they don't want to incriminate themselves, but I don't know, bro. I don't know what to think about this shit.
The Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. The incident, which was captured on security cameras, began from Von initiating a fight with Quando Rondo. This unprovoked sucker punch would immediately descend into a full-blown jumping, and chaos would break out between Von and Quando's entourages, during which time Quando's right-hand man Lil Tim would quickly exit a car that he was sitting in before calmly going around it and shooting at King Von, who was hit numerous times and would later pass away in the hospital. Adding an eerie layer to this tragedy, Lil Durk would be on Instagram Live when the news of Von's shooting broke, with fans flooding the comments letting Durk know what had happened, and after seemingly reading these messages, Durk would abruptly end the live. The hours that followed saw a media frenzy as tributes and reactions poured in. Durk took to Instagram to mourn his close friend, sharing a heartfelt post where he simply told Von he loved him. But while Durk was grieving, unfortunately, the internet wouldn't be kind to him, as in the midst of Durk mourning the loss of his friend, who was known as one of Chicago's most feared gangsters, who never let a violation go unchecked, online, the phrase "slide for Von" would become synonymous with Lil Durk amongst fans of drill music, popularized by none other than Rainbow Head rapping snitch 6ix9ine. The trolling and troll-looking rapper commented on Durk's previous post for Von.
Rainbow hair rapping snitch.
On how Durk had first lost Newski and now Von, and that he was still just rapping, telling him to go and pick up a gun instead. 6ix9ine would continue his provocations during an appearance on DJ Academics' Off the Record podcast, accusing Durk of knowing who killed Von and doing nothing about it.
They know the exact that put 10 bullets in King Von and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that? I don't see you on Instagram saying, yo,
first of all,
go slide for that, man.
Listen.
Y'all know what y'all saying? Yo, y'all want to crash
I'm gonna be real with you.
No, bro.
Hold on. Hold on.
You know
Wait, hold on.
Go hit that kidnap me?
Hold on.
Why this nigga not shooting?
Let me be real with you. Let me be real with you. I
don't see you on Instagram say, yo, Durk, don't slide for me.
I discovered King Von.
No,
When
I don't
King
want to talk
Von
about King
died.
Von.
So
Why
I
is
don't
Durk
know.
not sliding?
I don't know no politics.
Kidnap
And
me?
listen,
Why is this not sliding on the
how you know?
Fans would quickly adopt the Slide for Von slogan, using it relentlessly to troll Durk in the months following Von's death. Durk would respond to the Slide for Von narrative, stating that none of them slid for their people, so that they should stop talking about killing to him. However, at this point, it seemed like every post that Durk made on social media will become the target for comments demanding retribution for Von. People on Reddit would hold polls asking whether or not they believed that Durk would slide for Von, with the results showing a near even split, 53% voting no and 47% expecting vengeance. On December the 24th, 2020, Durk would release his much-awaited album, The Voice, which he would dedicate to King Von. The album would peak at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, and on January the 10th, 2021, he would tease a deluxe version that would later drop on January the 29th, 2021 with 12 additional tracks. Despite the losses that he was suffering, Durk's career still had an incredible momentum like he'd never seen before. During 2021, he would be featured on multiple hit songs such as No More Parties remix by Coi Leray, which reached number 26 on the Hot 100, Every Chance I Get by DJ Khaled, which hit number 20, No Return by Polo G that hit number 26, Sharing Locations with Meek Mill peaking at number 22, Jonah with Kanye West hitting number 27, In the Bible, another collab with Drake that hit number 7, and Who Wants Smoke with Nardo Wick going number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100. Durk was hot, and he was quickly becoming a fan favorite in the rap game. Genuinely, it was this hot run that made him the voice of the streets. However, despite all the success he was having in the music industry, clearly being at a loss in the streets was still having an impact on Durk's mindset, and he would even hint at the way that he was thinking in his new music. On October the 15th, 2021, Durk would release the emotionally charged track Pick Me Off, where Durk made it clear that he couldn't find peace until revenge was achieved, before following through with a
I lost my bro, I can't be happy till we creep up on the skull. For them slide the next day, this shit cannot let in.
Promise of retribution. The music video for the song would show Durk far away from the studios and clubs of Atlanta, but actually back in his home turf in Taytown's Hood on 59th and Princeton. But in the meantime, rapper NLE Chopper would say in an interview with DJ Academics that he had actually tried to convince Durk not to retaliate musically.
When after this shit happened with Von and all that, a lot of all that shit was happening, bro, I was the one really in bro ear, like, know what I'm saying? I don't want to be this person in your ear to be like, know what I'm saying? Let this chill, like, don't move on it. But bro, I'm gonna be that person to let you know, bro, like, this cycle we in as black men is a never ending cycle. Cause at the end of the day, bro, we one person, we got one conscious mind. That's why when I'm thinking something, they might be thinking the same thing. Cause at the end of the day, out of us being black, white, Hispanic, whatever, we are a human being and we are one race. So when you do something, this why I know what's up with life now. This why I don't do nothing out of spite to people.
Only a month later though, Lil Durk would drop the song Aha, a fiery diss that instantly went viral, amassing over 100 million views on YouTube. And in the song, Lil Durk would directly address the feud, opening with a bar that made it clear that he wasn't about to take NLE Chopper's advice about not responding to Von disses.
Don't respond. Okay, that's that song. Don't respond to shit with Von. Dropping location, get you done.
Instead,
blah, blah,
telling
blah.
his goons to go and pick up a gun. Unfortunately, as we all know now from the alleged indictment, it seemed that despite the promise of his rising rap career, Durk was completely consumed by seeking revenge for Von. And in the years that followed, Durk would seemingly set into motion a series of events that would ultimately see him and his friends in jail, fighting for their lives and freedom. But interestingly, whilst this was already going on, and before Von had even been killed, it would appear that behind the scenes, when Von was alive, he, perhaps with the assistance of Lil Durk, was continuing to wage war on their shared enemies, without a care for the survival of his budding rap career. Only a few months before Von died, there would be another prominent murder in Chicago, seemingly orchestrated by Von and carried out by a number of people who were close friends of both Von and Durk. And with Von being dead by the time these charges came to light, Durk would end up being the biggest name associated with the murder. And with Von's death still going unavenged at this point, Durk would seemingly continue to carry the torch, doing exactly what Von did, using his music and lyrics as a megaphone to tell the world about him and his crew's murderous ways, laying the groundwork for the authorities to build up a picture of Durk and Von as violent kingpins, using their fame and money to have anyone they didn't like killed without a care. And I'm of course talking about the murder of FBG Duck.
So Durk, oh no, did Durk have something to do with that too, bro? Okay, let me know.
Before King Von's untimely passing, his rap career was rising rapidly. After the success of Crazy Story, he continued to drop bangers. In February 2020, he released perhaps my favourite song of his, Took Her to the O, a song all about taking an attractive female back to his hood, O Block. However, the music video and narrative for this song had a dark hidden meaning, as Von was somebody who not only allegedly killed people in the gang war, but he was also a relentless troll who thrived on beef. In the video, he would have an actor that actually looked like one of his most hated rivals, FBG Duck, and the video would even depict Von shooting Duck and leaving him dead on the ground. However, this was more than just a fantasy video prodding his rival, because within 6 months of that video that depicted Duck shot dead on the ground being released, it would seem that Von and his closest friends conspired to make that happen in real life, with events unfolding that put all of the surviving shooters behind bars for good, and potentially creating a multi-million-dollar liability for Lil Durk. As everyone following the drill scene likely knows by now, FBG Duck's murder was allegedly part of a long-running beef between two gang sets from the south side of Chicago. Duck's set, STL-EBT, sometimes referred to as 63rd or Tuckerville, largely identify as gangster disciples. On the other side is O-Block, who are primarily black disciples, this being the set where the majority of Duck's convicted killers hail from. A deadly feud between these two factions, who exist just a stone's throw away from each other, stretches back more than a decade, particularly throughout the 2010s, when this feud would claim the lives of many young men in the area, with Redditors speculating that at least 10 people lost their lives in this deadly beef. But to understand exactly how Lil Durk became part of this beef, we have to go all the way back to the beginning. Some of the first mentions online about the beef between STL-EBT and O-Block, or Wick City as it was known then, date all the way back to the early 2010s, although likely the beef had already started in the late 2000s. However, as already alluded to earlier, this war was never just between these two sets, but rather between numerous gang sets whose affiliations and rivalries were commonly based on their overarching gang identities, these being the Gangster Disciples and the Black Disciples, or the GDs versus the BDs, with sets like O-Block, Lamron, 600, Front Street, and TYMB being clicked up on the BD side, while sets like STL, EBT, Gyro City, Taekwon World, MOB, and Brick Squad would form an alliance on the GD side. When it comes to the specific affiliation between O-Block and Lamron, prosecutors in the criminal case against FBG Duck's alleged killers would claim that this began in the early 2010s, as testified by one of the cooperators in the case. However, while the rivalry technically existed between all the sets from the two sides, the BDs and the GDs, it was often determined by proximity to other sets. Therefore, the beefs between certain sets were much more fierce than other beefs. Looking at these different sets on the map, it's no surprise then that the beef between sets like O-Block, Front Street, and 600 and TYMB on one side, and STL, EBT, Gyro City, Taekwon World, and MOB on the other side was particularly fierce, as most of these sets were located only a few blocks away from each other. Meanwhile, Durk's set was located in Englewood, which is on the other side of the I-90 and I-94 highways. While technically only about 1.5 miles away from places like O-Block, it was still worlds apart from the Woodlawn and Washington Park neighborhoods where the aforementioned sets were having their beef. And because of this distance, Lamron wasn't really in an active war against sets like Duck's STL EBT, as they were largely consumed by their own local rivalries in Englewood with sets like the Brick Squad. In fact, in March 2011, Lil Durk would feature in the song We Ball, which also featured members of the rap group Buck 20 Brick Boys, one of these members being the rapper Billionaire Black, who's even pictured around Lil Durk at this time. However, Billionaire Black was at this point already heavily affiliated with rival sets like STL, EBT, and Gyro City, and only 2 months later, Billionaire Black would make the song E-Day Is You Serious, together with none other than FBG Duck himself, this song being a diss towards the rapper E-Day from the 600 set, who on the other hand was already at this point clicked up with Durk's Lamron crew, rapping in his song What Up from April 2011 how he's throwing up L's for Lamron with Durk's good friend Chief Wook. After this debacle, it seems that Durk and the rest of Lamron would quickly make their affiliation with the BD side known, and even get somewhat involved in the rivalry against the GDs in Woodlawn and the Washington Park neighborhoods, because as mentioned earlier, later that same year in October, Lil Durk would get arrested together with Lil Reese due to an investigative alert, which was allegedly due to a shooting that had happened in late August 2011 where 4 teens had gotten shot in Woodlawn, with one of these allegedly being FBG Butter, a member of STL EBT and a good friend of Duck. FBG Butter would be a big part of this early beef, particularly between STL EBT and O-Block. He would tell DJ Vlad in an interview about the juvenile origins of this beef, revealing that King Von actually threw his hat in the mud as a kid, and that years later, he'd actually beaten up Von on the bus after school, which apparently caused Von to become very vengeful.
When we were shorties, through my church, the legend had in the mud down in the basement of the back of his mama's house. I threw my downstairs in the basement to the mud. Bro, I beat his then too. One of the guys at school, I guess they was in that shooting dice or whatever. Folks who he got into it with was too big for him. And folks just told him like, wait till we get out of school, I'm gonna have my little homie scratch you out. Talking crazy, not knowing who his little homie is. So when I came on the bus, folks like, man, whoop him, buddy. I'm like, man, buddy, yo, tweaking, brother. Broski said whoop you, so I had to whoop him.
There are also some more serious examples from these early days where Lamron allegedly became directly involved in the rivalry against STL-EBT. For example, when in 2011, a young man affiliated with STL-EBT named Dale Fisher was gunned down in Woodlawn. Some of Dale's friends would seemingly blame Lamron for this murder, and similarly, when a member of STL-EBT called Doc, real name Marlon Monroe, was gunned down in Woodlawn in April 2012, the police would state in their investigative report that people close to Doc held Lamron as one of the parties responsible for his death on social media, and as I covered in my video about King Von, there's evidence to suggest that Von himself may well have pulled the trigger during both of these murders. Or, if you're to believe FBG Butter, also known as Cooperator 3 during Duck's murder trial, Dale may have also been killed by Von's best friend T-Roy, together with another infamous shooter D. Rose from the set 600. But in any case, April 2012 is when FBG Duck himself would aim his perhaps first musical diss towards Dirk's Lamron crew, dropping his song I'm St. Lawrence, also known as Chief Keef and Soulja Boy diss. The song is a remix of Chief Keef's 300 song, with 300 also being a number that was originally repped particularly by Dirk's Lamron set and people affiliated with it. Duck begins the song by saying that it's F-O Block and F Lamron, which is a direct response to Keef's line in the original 300 song dissing Duck's dead friend Tuka from STL-EBT. About a month earlier, Dirk had also released his hit song L's Anthem, which was also repping the 300 moniker, whilst also dissing Lamron's biggest rivals, the Brick Squad. As a response to Dirk's dissing, the rapper Lil Jojo from Brick Squad would release his song.
I'm sorry, y'all. I have to go back. I wasn't locked in. I wasn't locked in, I'm sorry.
Duck. FBG Butter would be a big part of this early beef, particularly between STL-EBT and O-Block. He would tell DJ Vlad in an interview about the juvenile origins of this beef, revealing that King Von actually threw his hat in the mud as a kid, and that years later, he'd actually beaten up Von on the bus after school, which apparently caused Von to become very vengeful.
When we was shorties, through my church, the legend had in the mud down in the basement in the back of his mama's house. Threw my downstairs in the basement to the mud. Bro, I beat his then too. One of the guys at school, I guess they was in that shooting dice or whatever. Folks who he got into it with was too big for him. And folks just told him like, wait till we get out of school, I'm gonna have my little homie scratch you out. Talking crazy, not knowing who his little homie is. So when I came on the bus, folks like, man, whoop him, buddy. I'm like, man, buddy, yo, tweaking, brother. Broski said whoop you, so I had to whoop him.
There are also some more serious examples from these early days where Lamron allegedly became directly involved in the rivalry against STL-EBT. For example, when in 2011, a young man affiliated with STL-EBT named Dale Fisher was gunned down in Woodlawn. Some of Dale's friends would seemingly blame Lamron for this murder, and similarly, when a member of STL-EBT called Doc, real name Marlon Monroe, was gunned down in Woodlawn in April 2012, the police would state in their investigative report that people close to Doc held Lamron as one of the parties responsible for his death on social media, and as I covered in my video about King Von, there's evidence to suggest that Von himself may well have pulled the trigger during both of these murders. Or, if you're to believe FBG Butter, also known as Cooperator 3 during Duck's murder trial, Dale may have also been killed by Von's best friend T-Roy, together with another infamous shooter D. Rose from the set 600. But in any case, April 2012 is when FBG Duck himself would aim his perhaps first musical diss towards Dirk's Lamron crew, dropping his song I'm St. Lawrence, also known as Chief Keef and Soulja Boy diss. The song is a remix of Chief Keef's 300 song, with 300 also being a number that was originally repped particularly by Dirk's Lamron set and people affiliated with it. Duck begins the song by saying that it's F-O Block and F Lamron, which is a direct response to Keef's line in the original 300 song dissing Duck's dead friend Tuka from STL-EBT. About a month earlier, Dirk had also released his hit song L's Anthem, which was also repping the 300 moniker, whilst also dissing Lamron's biggest rivals, the Brick Squad. As a response to Dirk's dissing, the rapper Lil Jojo from Brick Squad would release his song BDK in April, aimed particularly at Dirk and Lamron. However, the chorus of the song would go much further than that, essentially dissing all of the Black Disciple sets in Chicago, as Jojo would announce that he and his set are BDK, or Black Disciple Killers. All of this was happening at a moment when the soul music was blowing up way past the borders of Chicago to worldwide notoriety, all with the help of Chief Keef, and with the possibilities of fame and fortune at the fingertips of every driller and drill rapper, this created the perfect conditions for the gang war between the BD and GD factions to escalate, and soon FBG Duck would join in on the BD killer movement too, tweeting the same sentiment, and from there, Duck and STL-EBT would get heavily affiliated with JoJo and Brick Squad, with Brick Squad and STLEBT, and particularly JoJo and Duck, then becoming the biggest faces of the GD side within the drill scene, together with guys like Lil J, who was focusing heavily on dissing Chief Keef and O-Block in his music. But unfortunately, in early September 2012, Lil JoJo would be gunned down in Brick Squad's neighborhood, becoming the first highly publicized example of how beefs in this new musical genre of drill could lead to real-life deaths in the streets. JoJo's murder would go unsolved, and it would do little to steer guys like Duck away from dissing the BD side in music or on social media. In fact, it would only incite more dissing, with Duck tweeting after JoJo's death that he would be continuing the BDK legacy in his memory. One person from the BD side who Duck would go back and forth with on social media was none other than King Von, with one time even Von's own sister Kayla B getting involved in their beef and taking the GD side in tweets seeming to back Duck up. Every now and then, Duck's dissing would also be aimed at Lil Durk personally, like in September 2013 when he would call Durk a fake gangster on Twitter, as well as dissing J Money, one of Durk's close friends from O-Block who was killed in 2013, allegedly by a member of STLEBT called Lil B. Durk would seemingly respond the next month in October when he would drop his classic drill song Competition featuring Lil Reese, where he would call Duck Lil Duck and rap how that he can't duck Durk's gun. Competition featuring Lil Reese, where he would call Duck Lil Duck.
Catch Lil J, I hate his face. My little nigga meet with them. Lil Duck, he can't duck this clip. Ooga World K, cause they fuck with them.
Duck and rap how that he can't duck Durk's gun. Later that month, Duck's friend Lil J, who Durk had also dissed, would drop his response to the song titled Competition Domination, where he would call Durk an actor and tell how he was going to put him under the dirt. Duck would also continue throwing little jabs at Durk on social media, like in October 2014, some months after Durk's beloved cousin Nooski had been killed, when Duck would take to Twitter just to announce that he was smoking on Nooski. Durk would seemingly respond to these jabs in December 2014 when he would feature on the remix for E-Day's song War. This was perhaps Durk's most brazen diss so far, as he would begin his verse by saying how he's considered to be
the BDK beef, boy, they say I started that shit.
The one who initially sparked the GD versus BD war. This being a reference to how Lil JoJo had seemingly created the BDK song as a direct response to Lil Durk's L's Anthem song. Durk would then up the ante and diss numerous people.
He say he's smoking. He say he's smoking too. I say put a little mark in it. Bitch, I just bought a new chopper. I got all my shit, all the districts, but
and sets from the GD side of the war, including Duck's STLEBT set and two of his close friends who had been killed in the war, Tuka and KI. A few years would pass, but in 2016, Duck would continue dissing on the music side, as he would release his mixtape, This How I'm Coming, which would begin with an intro song where Duck would once again diss Durk's cousin, Nooski. In 2017, the war between the BDs and the GDs would intensify considerably, after one of O-Block's most beloved members, and the best friend of King Von, T-Roy, would be gunned down inside of a corner store, and the people responsible for T-Roy's murder were allegedly TB, or Terry Barry, from Taekwondo World, and Can't Get Right, aka Get Right, or Man Man from STLEBT, who would be seen posing for a picture in the exact same clothing from the surveillance footage of the murder earlier that month, while one of the people in the photo would be none other than FBG Duck himself. Duck would also go live on Instagram shortly after T-Roy's murder, where his brother Brick can be heard talking about the murder before Duck cuts him off and makes some very disrespectful statements.
Look on them on here going crazy. They so happy. It been funny as hell because I know folks know proud. They got him out the way. I know. I'm on live, G. Shut the up. It's funny. Before you even get it, it just came on. But still, this Instagram, it deleted instantly, G. It just came on. But damn, G, don't start. Damn, merchant, they pop T-Roy. It must ain't that important. It ain't all over the internet. I ain't see it.
T-Roy's death would cause a chain reaction of revenge killings, where O-Block and 600 would team up to create what they called the Get Back Gang, a group of killers hell-bent on avenging or getting back for T-Roy, with numerous people losing their lives during this period, including Duck's very own brother FBG Brick, who was gunned down in a brutal double murder. But all of this wouldn't seem to scare Duck, who would keep dissing his enemies in his music, like the song Smoke, that he would release with Chirac's official peace pusher, FYB J-Mane, who at the time was still in his over-whooping era dissing all the ops. J-Mane would rap incredibly disrespectful bars, like how
bitch, I smoke LA, I smoke Chino. Smoke J Money mixed with Vito.
He was smoking on Durk's good friends, the late rapper L.A. Capone and the O-Block member J Money, or Durk's manager Chino. And in his verse, Duck 2 would join in the smoke-a-thon of Durk's friends, before also rapping how he was going to slide.
When I'm on the block, bitch, that's normal. We insane, we ain't normal. Probably slide and shoot up normal.
To Durk's hood in Lambron, aka 64th and Normal, and shoot it up. But talking about sliding, while he didn't quite know it yet at the time, Durk was on the cusp of his big breakthrough, as he would release the second installment of his This Is How I'm Coming mixtape series, which would include the hit song Slide. After the release of the music video for the song in January 2018, the track would go viral, taking Durk's career to the next level, as he would suddenly become a nationwide drill star, arguably, for the first time in his career, actually reaching fans outside of the drill niche. He would get noticed by major hip-hop publications like XXL magazine, and the song would even lead to Durk signing his first ever record deal, and getting a major co-sign by the Atlanta rapper 21 Savage, who hopped on the remix. 21, who had previously done music with Lil Durk, and moving in the same circles of rappers living in Atlanta, was seemingly unaware about the long-running tension between Durk and Durk. He must not have even realized that some fans were suggesting that the entire Slide song was actually a huge diss towards OTF. But anyway, during 2018, this was also the year when Durk was making a comeback musically with the help of his new street prodigy, King Von, whose beef with Durk was much more personal due to the years-running war between O-Block and the GD sets of Woodlawn, such as Durk's STL EBT set, with Von himself rumored to have been behind the murders of several people affiliated with Durk's set. Therefore, it was no surprise then that since Von's first hit song, the December 2018 release track Crazy Story, he would often aim disses directly at STL EBT, even creating the popular catchphrase dissing that neighborhood, saying "We not from 63rd," and even going as far as to create numerous pieces of merch so fans could also express their dislike of Durk's block. Durk would seemingly respond to Von in a scathing diss track together with another GD rapper and his own cousin, Ruger, who would ultimately make his own nationwide breakthrough a few years later with his track GD Anthem. But back then, it would be this song, a remix of King Von's Nemo 600's track, Exposing Me, that would include disrespectful mentions of numerous dead members from the BD side of the war, with the track remaining to be one of the most brutal diss songs released in this entire feud. A few months later, Durk would let it be known that he too was joining Von's crusade against Durk and his set, as Von and Durk would release Crazy Story Part 2, which ends with Durk repeating how they're lurking in 63rd, looking to catch their enemies. However, at the end of 2019, something surprising would take place, as Durk would release his song Chicago Legends, where he would pay tribute to many fallen rappers from Chicago, one of these being Durk's cousin Newski, whom Durk had dissed.
So now we're going to talk about Noose, but I barely even knew him like that. But I heard he kept it strapped. I mean, there was no disrespect
in the past several times. It's hard to say exactly what Durk's motives were. On the one hand, he could have been purely trying to push peace, but on the other, perhaps he was simply just trying to create a song that he knew would get some attention in the media. But one thing was clear, Von was certainly not interested in pushing peace, and only a few months later, he would release his song, Took Her to the O. To a mainstream listener, the song seemed like a rather standard trap club song, with Von's trademark storytelling style playing a major role. But to drill fans, the song was a dedicated diss track, where Von would essentially lay out a story where he runs into Durk as Von is courting the same girl. This encounter would ultimately end in Von killing Durk and taking that girl. The song would also include disses towards Durk that only the most dedicated Chiracologists would likely know, like Von making a funny but disrespectful wordplay about Durk.
Here come Goofy hollering. He hollering this shit, yelling about a bitch, picked up a brick. He merged it on. Ooh, yeah, he was real disrespectful.
Picking up a brick and then merching it, or swearing in the name of his brother Brick, who had been killed in 2017. Took Her to the O was a smash hit, which now has over 300 million views on YouTube alone, and after the song's release, it was clear that Durk would have to make a stern response. His response would come only about a week later, releasing the track I'm From 63rd. Interestingly, while the song as a whole was a direct response to Von and his favourite catchphrase, it was actually Durk who Durk would address by name, essentially little boying Von, making it seem as if it was the big dog Durk.
Lil Durk, why you send this fucking little boy to play with me? Why you ain't do that shit yourself if you got something to say to me? They trying to tell me don't say nothing, but I just can't keep quiet. Okay, no, I get violent, nigga, play with me, somebody dying.
Who had sent Von to diss him on his behalf, as well as acknowledging how Durk and Duck had been going back and forth on wax long before Von had even picked up a microphone. But Duck wasn't done with the dissing, and it was his next diss song which would be one of his most disrespectful ones yet, and unfortunately also his last song, the infamous track Dead. Duck would begin the song by immediately announcing that the Chicago Legends track was nothing but business, before going straight back to dissing dead people from the BD side. Duck would also acknowledge Von mentioning his brother Brick in the song Took Her to the O, saying that Brick had been slinging dope when Von was still doing kid stuff like swimming and fishing, before dropping some more highly disrespectful bars about dead members from sets like 6.
Dottie got his ass killed. They ain't stand on business. I'll go to 3-thing grave and take a...
100 and O Block. Unfortunately, the rest is history. Dead certainly increased the size of the target on Duck's back, but regardless at this point, he was the most high-profile GD rapper from 63rd and probably the biggest trophy in the streets for his ops. Sadly, in August 2020, about a month after releasing that song, Duck would end up getting brutally gunned down by members and affiliates of O-Block in a brazen, broad daylight attack in Chicago's most upscale shopping district, located in the Gold Coast neighborhood, right in front of the Dolce & Gabbana store. Now, if you want to see a deep dive all into the details of the murder of FBG Duck and the aftermath, you can go and check out my 2.5-hour video just on that topic. But for the purpose of this video, let's keep things brief and focused on Durk's connection to the crime. Because right after Duck's murder, Durk would once again be caught right in the middle of an Instagram live.
Let's say this now, we're probably just gonna do 30 more minutes of this and then do the rest tomorrow.
When fans will begin to barrage him with comments about Duck's passing, with Durk acting like nothing had ever happened, showing himself hopping off a private jet in good spirits, while completely ignoring the imploring messages about the death of his biggest enemy.
Seen fans make a plan, watch the score in the mail. You know, 39 years I heard them crying to sell. Boy, getting money right up. I took a picture on my block, they think I'm back in the field.
Von, on the other hand, would come out with the most unconvincing statement, trolling the whole world, saying how the two had settled their differences right before.
Me and Duck settled our differences right before he passed. He was talking about bringing everybody together as a whole and changing the community for a better. I'm still standing on that shit every step of the way. I'm gonna be thinking of you, even though you diss my dad, homies, and family.
Before Duck's passing, even adding sarcastic lines about how he was going to be thinking of Duck every step of the way, and also making snide remarks about how Duck had been dissing his dead friends and family members. Meanwhile, as time went on, the feds would get involved in Duck's murder investigation and track down the entire route that the killers had taken to the murder scene, tracing their origin back all the way to O-Block, with surveillance footage literally filming the entire crime, with them driving from O-Block to the murder, committing it, and then driving back again. However, even with all of this evidence, it would be over a year before the feds would even be able to move in with their indictment. But eventually, in September 2021, the feds would indict 5 people for the murder of Duck. Charles Liggins, aka C Murder, Kenneth Robertson, aka Kenny Mack, DeCarlos Offord, aka Los, Christopher Thomas, aka C-Thang, and Marcus Smart, aka Muwop, as well as another man, Ralph Turpin, aka Teasy, who had been the person that spotted Duck and gave up his location. With such a clear trail left behind by the so-called O-Block 6, also known as the Sloppy 6, it was inevitable that they would also eventually be found guilty, and all 6 are ultimately facing mandatory life sentences. While a 7th person associated with the murder, Zell Munna from O-Block, would sadly end up taking his own life before the FBI could indict him. However, during and after the trial, the discussion would also focus on the possible culpability of Von and Lil Durk in Duck's murder, particularly as the prosecution's legal documents would claim that Turpin, aka Teasy, had allegedly called someone after he spotted Duck in the shopping district, asking around to get put in contact with Lil Durk's brother and manager, D-Thang, who was coincidentally no longer alive by the time these arrests took place. The indictment would also mention a person named as Individual E, who pretty clearly appears to be Lil Durk, being listed as a high-ranking member of the BDs, with these details suggesting that even the FBI wasn't ruling out the possibility of Lil Durk's personal involvement in the hit on FBG Duck, but avoiding naming him specifically. In fact, based on these documents, some YouTubers would even claim that D-Thang would have been indicted too if he hadn't been killed in June 2021. Furthermore, it would be revealed that there had allegedly been up to a $100,000 bounty placed on Duck's head leading up to the murder, with many pointing out to a vlog filmed in O-Block a couple months before the murder took place that showed Von giving out wads of cash to other members as potential proof of this bounty being handed down. Furthermore, the person placing this bounty allegedly being someone who bought custom-made chains for O-Block members. Indeed, the Fed's investigation would also focus on the so-called O-Block chains that King Von had actually purchased for many members of his set both before and after Duck's murder, with many of the alleged killers of Duck also receiving one, as Von would apparently spend over $100,000 to buy altogether 16 O-Block chains. The timing of these purchases and the distribution of the chains to prominent members of O-Block, including the alleged killers, appeared to symbolize loyalty and respect within the gang's ranks, as well as possibly being a reward for a job well done with regards to the Duck murder. For example, Muwop could be seen with Von at the jewelry store shopping for additional O-Block chains a mere 6 days after the murder, while others like C Murder could also be seen posing with the chain on his social media just a few days after the murder. Interestingly, also Lil Durk himself seemingly received one of these chains, while Boss Tapp was alleged to be one of the leaders of O-Block alongside Von during the trial, with Tapp actually describing the chain as a hood trophy. But wearing the O-Block chain was by no means Lil Durk's only connection to Duck's murder, because in the years following Duck's passing, Lil Durk would diss FBG Duck several times in his music. For example, in his December 2020 song Red Man, Durk would mention how he knows someone who died with a famous name, but his friend still.
I know a nigga died with a name, couple of his niggas still ain't slide. All these niggas say that game, they ain't even did the shit They ain't even did shit for
haven't slid for him. This possibly being a reference to the fact that FBG Duck Set, STL-EBT, aka Tuckerville, would seemingly not retaliate following his murder, with apparent posts circulating suggesting that Duck's people were frustrated that nobody actually got revenge for him. However, the more clear-cut disses towards FBG Duck would start in early 2021, as Lil Durk would release the brutally named song Should Have Ducked, together with Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty, where Lil Durk raps how he gets so high, he gets high as duck, a reference to Duck being...
I told my PO through the gate. I get high as fuck. She asked me how high do I get. I told her high as Duck.
Being dead and in heaven. As Duck's mother, Lashina Weekly, aka Mama Duck, would hear Durk play the song in late 2020, she would hop on social media to point out how Durk was monetizing her son's death, whilst also mentioning how Lil Durk had not been mentioning FBG Duck while he was alive, seemingly unaware of just how far back the animosity between these two goes.
Now he wanna get high. He about to get high like Duck. Durk.
He hurt V-Roy.
Well, he better take that who made the V-Roy gone, not my mother son, cause he ain't do it. Remember they had a song together. Remember they had their differences. Study one for the industry. This is proof. Y'all really showing. Y'all rich out mixing in my mother son. Y'all rich out mixing in Tuka. Show your craft. Do something else besides this and music. Show mother that you really could go pop like my son was trying to do. He was trying to cross over. Yo, sitting up here mixing in somebody who ain't getting too about you. He was right. You probably did Illuminati him. You probably did send him to get bodied. Now you study this and my son. And it's Christmas. Beautiful Christmas. That don't make no sense. How y'all used to be as one. Y'all got y'all ass in the industry and blackball all the GDs. Trying to well, I'ma just keep that shit real. Don't make no sense. Why is this man mixing in my son? He never did it while he was alive. And if he did do it, he sneak this and do it. He sneak this and do it. He always went around it. Oh, now you're so freely. You can say my son's name. He not your op, baby. Go out to the mother who got your sick. You feeling like us. We ought to unite and show these or whatever the case may be. You coming for the wrong baby.
The dissing would continue only a few months later on OTF's group album Loyal Bros, which would...
Now, nigga mama always gonna crash out about him, I ain't gonna lie. Nigga mama is gonna crash out about his kids. You already know how black mamas is anyway. If you got a black mama, like the video.
Interestingly feature the infamous O blockchain on the cover, and in his verse for the song Dying to Hit 'Em, Durk would make another rather obvious reference to Duck getting killed outside the Dolce & Gabbana store, saying that the ops get dropped right at designer stores. In June 2021, a few months before O Block members would be hit with the indictment, Lil Durk would release a joint album together with Atlanta rapper Lil Baby titled Voice of the Heroes, which would include the song Still Runnin' featuring Meek Mill, and in his verse, Lil Durk would rap several bars that seemed to insinuate people close to him.
And we took L's for sure, but in Chicago, they know we winning for sure. You do it for what? You better not say you do it for... The moment he ran, he knew it. He ain't ducking his ass out.
Being behind Duck's murder, as he would say how his team might have taken a few L's, but in Chicago, they're winning for sure, before making a poorly disguised reference to FBG Duck, which is only covered by the sound of a gunshot, whilst also mentioning how Duck had nowhere to go when he tried to run and failed ducking when the shooting started. Lil Durk would seemingly even enjoy making creative disses towards Duck in his personal life. In March 2022, one of the world's most famous country music stars, Morgan Wallen, who had been collaborating with Lil Durk, would respond to one of Durk's posts with a bunch of duck emojis. As drill fans would see this, they would quickly check
7220, my granny address. I grew up in that house. That house made me the realest, 311.
Morgan in the comments. After that, Morgan Wallen would publish an apology, saying that he had no clue that he was disrespecting the dead, and saying,
Me and Durk always talk about going duck hunting. Had no clue it could mean anything else. I wouldn't disrespect the dead. Damn, that shit, wow, bro. This nigga Durk is, man, a fucking
and that
maniac.
Durk would always talk to him about going duck hunting, with fans quickly realizing that Durk had seemingly been trolling Morgan Wallen behind the scenes, telling him that duck hunting was one of his favorite hobbies. Wallen, who is actually an avid duck hunter himself, had no idea what this dark alternative meaning might have meant to Lil Durk. Fans would actually even make note of Durk's many references to FBG Duck, with memes being made joking about how hard Durk seemed to work on coming up with complicated and intricate ways to use FBG Duck. However, in November 2022, Lil Durk would seemingly have a change of heart, as he would announce to Rolling Stone magazine that he was done dissing the dead. This announcement, interestingly, taking place only a few months after the murder of Lil Pab that Durk would eventually be indicted for. But anyway, in January 2023, FBG Duck's mother would comment on the case against his son's killers, saying how she was not going to be satisfied until everyone in the murder would face justice, before making a special emphasis on the word everyone. And in a now deleted comment, she would further specify.
I don't know why you think you finna get Durk locked up talking about if his money was long enough. It would be unbelievable if he didn't. Come on, you see that shit, you not slow. It was all fun and games to clout chase and get you a RICO charge.
Specify how she found it unbelievable that Lil Durk wouldn't also get locked up for the murder. However, a few months later, she would seemingly change her mind, instead contacting Durk via Instagram to
As a mother that has lost her son to this senseless war that's divided Chicago, I'm proud to see that you are taking steps to bring our city back together and stop the violence. You met Chicago Mayor Branding for Chicago. Now I'm asking you to meet with me and Mothers of Peace to take further steps to unite the city and more information.
congratulate him on the anti-violence initiatives that he was working on in Chicago with his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, and asking if Durk would also meet with her Mothers of Peace Foundation. But perhaps, rather unsurprisingly, it doesn't seem that Durk ever took her up on her offer, and it soon seemed that Mama Duck would have a change of heart again, taking aim at Durk with a vengeance. As in October 2024, FBG Duck's mother, together with the mother of his child and another man, the latter two who both got shot during FBG Duck's murder, would actually sue Lil Durk, King Von's estate, and several record labels who had done business with OTF for the wrongful death of FBG Duck. The rap media would report on this explosive wrongful death lawsuit. This civil case, filed by a law firm on behalf of the FBG Duck's family, alleges that Lil Durk, together with King Von and their affiliated groups OTF and O-Block, conspired to kill Duck and then profit from his murder.
It's been 4 years since Chicago rapper FBG Duck was killed, and his mother's pain is still raw.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about him and the life that was taken from him.
FBG Duck, whose real name was Carlton Weekly, was gunned down on the Gold Coast by a group of masked men as he waited to enter the Dolce & Gabbana store August of 2020. His girlfriend, Cache Williams, and another man also wounded in the attack. They joined Weekly's mother in filing a lawsuit Wednesday, alleging rap superstar Lil Durk had a hand in the gang-related killing, wanting to take out Weekly. Their years-long rivalry playing out in a series of violent drill rap songs.
Our complaint of law lays out that a $100,000 bounty was placed on the life of FBG Duck to have him killed.
The lawsuit names a wide-ranging list of defendants, including Lil Durk, his record label, Only the Family, or OTF, and other larger labels that partnered with OTF, like Sony and UMG Interscope.
The lawsuit would make several serious claims about Durk and OTF, which in light of Durk's recent criminal charges could be incredibly damning for him financially, such as claiming that OTF is actually the media outpost of the O-Block criminal organization, and that prior to being incorporated as a music label, OTF was actually a collective of gangs consisting of O-Block, 600, Lamron, THF, and other Black Disciple sets, as well as saying that OTF, the label, had acted as a conglomerate for these street gangs and a hub for their activity. The suit would then claim that OTF, the label, knew, or should have known, that the gang members that they had signed and employed were engaging in acts of serious violence and criminal activity. One of the prime examples being King Von himself, who the lawsuit would claim had taken part in robberies, assaults, and batteries in the presence of Lil Durk, with this being a probable reference to the 2019 incident in Atlanta, where Durk and Von were charged with attempted murder. One of the key claims of the lawsuit would seemingly be that Durk and Von had directly taunted FBG Duck before and after his death, and that the goal of this taunting was to expand the brand of OTF and to further the criminal enterprise of O-Block. Perhaps most damningly, the suit also claimed that Lil Durk and his brother D-Thang knew about the alleged $100,000 bounty that Von had put on Duck, and that D-Thang facilitated the events that led to Duck's murder, and that Lil Durk, King Von, and the O Block 6 entered into agreements with each other to orchestrate the wrongful death of Duck to promote their commercial interests in selling music. These are some serious allegations, but whether or not they'll be able to actually prove this in court is another matter. Some of the claims, particularly the claims about the music, might be a little problematic, given the fact that there had been a lot of dissing between both FBG Duck and Lil Durk and Von, a beef which was very much a two-way street when they were all alive, something that both sides had engaged in for around a decade. In fact, you could even make the argument that FBG Duck not only started the dissing between him and Lil Durk, but also made the more vicious diss song, calling out numerous dead rivals from the BD side of the war, and obviously profiting from it too. But then again, FBG Duck is dead, and Lil Durk is still alive, and there's a big difference between diss songs and bullets. But on the other hand, OTF should probably have no less obligations than any other large media company. For example, what if it would turn out that CNN had hired some serious criminals to work for them and knowingly allowed their employees to murder people so that they had a constant supply of viral news clips, allowing them to rake in millions of dollars? It's probably safe to say that such a media company would not only get sued, but there's a fair chance to say that they would lose and people would go to prison. However, for now, it remains to be seen what, if anything, will come of this lawsuit. But the connection between FBG Duck's murder and Lil Durk seems to be something that's more than a coincidence. What is clear though, is that the murder of FBG Duck was only the first of many that have now been connected to Lil Durk, and the following year in 2021, before the arrest of those responsible for Duck's murder, Lil Durk would end up experiencing a death of someone very close to him, someone who was allegedly involved in that murder of FBG Duck, his brother D-Thang, a loss which Durk took incredibly personally, and according to online rumors and recent paperwork, incited Durk to put money in the street to get revenge, money that would apparently lead to not just one, but 3 people losing their lives.
Okay, gang, we're gonna stop there. That's a good stopping point. That's a good ass stopping point. That shit like a good ass movie, bro. That nigga turned up in this house. It's a good ass documentary. Hey, like the video for part 2, gang. Like the video and drop in the comments how y'all feel about part 1, bro. That shit wicked. Damn. Alright then, let's move on.
Glorilla.
Hold on, because I'm hungry as hell. I can't even lie to you. I can't even cap.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
You were in the choir?
I was in it. Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
I could sing real good.
You can carry a tune?
Yeah, what you want me to sing?
What's your favorite song, Green Balls?
Piano Man.
Can you sing The Piano Man by Billy Joel?
I don't know that song.
Okay.
Rocket Man, Elton John.
You sing The Rocket Man by Elton John?
Come on, we gotta make it make sense. Do a song that you know I know.
Hey Jude.
Hey Jude.
Stop asking him. You know I was in the choir, you know a little something.
What about Amazing Grace by Jesus Christ?
Nigga said about Jesus Christ.
Sing right now?
You want Glenn to give you a beat?
Yeah.
I don't really know how the Amazing Grace beat goes.
Just give her a normal beat.
It's like Amazing Grace. That's sweet.
All right, you do it a cappella.
Acapella, okay.
Yeah, acapella.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch.
She's so funny.
That's
bro.
the Pledge of Allegiance. That ain't what you do on Amazing Grace.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing this.
I'm not singing the Pledge
out
of
of my eyes
Allegiance.
and right from my shirt. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Oh, say does that stop? Hold on. Why I fucked it up? Why y'all standing up?
We're about to do the pledge.
Oh.
We're about to do the Stars
I thought I want
Spangled
the
Banner.
squabble.
The USA theme song.
You're not gonna stand up?
Nah, I'm not singing.
Finna play COD, ain't I?
What's up, G?
Good, G. What's up?
That's cool. Hey, you know what tonight is?
What's tonight?
You know what tonight is?
What's tonight?
You know what tonight is?
What's tonight?
Tatiana Thursday. Wow. Hey, G, we definitely can't miss it like we did Willow Coochie Wednesday.
Titty Tuesday.
Or Marie Monday. Hell,
What you said?
What you wearing tonight?
Hey, G, I got 4 words by us FUBU outfits,
What?
G. And Forever I Love Atlanta Felines,
I'm
G.
about to take the little Scrappy Jones.
Okay.
Man, you
Yeah,
lucky,
G.
bro.
What you wearing?
Shit, you already know, bro. I got the big boy 50 spin G-Unit outfit on their ass.
You got the beater?
Yeah, I got the girl beater on under it, bro. And then look, bro, I got the big boy Jay-Z S.com.
You got the Jay-Z?
I got that. And look, it's a horn, not a light, but not for me. Hey, look.
What?
We got that out the way. You already know what time it is, right?
Pre-game.
Hell yeah.
Pump me up, JT.
Hey, I'm gonna always.
Yeah, G.
Shit.
Hey, G.
Huh?
We finna get all the hoes
Right.
tonight, man.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, I hope my bald head baby mom don't come in tripping, trying to fight everybody, G. You know how she is every time. I'm finna shake her.
Lord. That's my name. You know that never happened to me before.
Hey, you crazy.
Hey, bro, that's a good bag.
That's a good one?
That's a good
Oh,
bag.
what's up,
Hey,
G?
look, G, I'm gonna tell you tonight, bro. I ain't gonna be on no bull with nobody, bro. I ain't gonna get us knocked out, bro. I'm gonna be on big boy security, bro, because I know how stuff
That
is.
big kicked in.
That big kick, bro. That big kicking in.
Yeah, G.
I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, G. I was thinking after we get the hoes and shit when the club leave, we gonna get something to eat, G. You know what I'm saying? I got like 12 hours on me. That shit last the night. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We probably get us a room or something. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Hey, we go get them what they are, G. What? You good, G?
Hey, fuck all that each other.
What's up, G?
Hey. What you mean, what's up with me?
I'm asking, what's up? You good?
Hey, somebody always been wanting to tell you.
What's up?
You a bot.
Damn, G, where that come from?
It came from my heart. It came from my goddamn heart. You know what you did.
What I do?
You know what you did when we was little.
What I do when we was little?
You know what you did when you came up there and picked me up on that old ass swinging bike and put me on the handlebars.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, that's it. No, that ain't even listen to me, hard. You don't never listen to nobody. Because you're not cute. You had me on that goddamn handlebars and you directed us down the hill.
Okay, but that's all you mad about?
Okay, yes, I'm mad because when we went down that hill, we was going real fast. When we was going fast, you jumped off the bike and you ghost read me, ho.
Oh, that was funny, G. You mad about that? That was 20
Yes, I'm still
years
mad
ago.
about it. I'm still mad about it because the fact is, I thought you were still on the back of the bike. I didn't know you was on the back of the bike until I hit them people garbage can and my goddamn head went in the sewer.
Hey, G, you drunk, man. Calm down.
That's why my hair don't grow back right now.
Yeah, I know, G. But you being bald, though.
Fuck you, I'm finna get up out this
Yeah,
thing.
you get out the crib, G. It don't stink either. I just clunked it.
Yeah, it do stink. It smell like must and Mr. Clean.
Alright, that's what we are. Alright, G, you get up out of here, though, G.
Hey.
What's up? Yeah, you want to spit on me, bro?
Make sure you come get me tonight. No later than 8:30.
8:30? All
We'll
right.
go get us something to eat.
Okay, get up out of here. Nigga done got too big, man. What's up, G?
Ah!
Bro, you slow, bro.
Come get me, okay?
Man, you slow. You gonna be blind.
You should have
man.
kept me on that bike. You let me go down that hill and hit that goddamn garbage kid, bitch.
Man, you should have caught yourself. You
Well,
older
come
than
get me then.
Man,
You gonna come get me?
No, I ain't coming. I got you, G. I got you.
I love you.
Man, get your drunk
Give me a
ass
hug.
on, bro.
Oh, that shot up.
Damn, G.
Oh, that shot up, bitch.
Man, you always want to get drunk and act the fool, man. That's why I don't take you nowhere. Why? What's up your life? All you gotta do is get in with me.
What's up with your Don Cheetah? Don Chi.
Man, what's good, Mookie Betts out the Dodgers?
Come on, bro. That's a low blow, bro.
I'm just saying, you ain't got a game today?
Hell no. Hey, that motherfucker that look like Larry June.
He do,
Chicken nugget head ass.
What's yours?
Shit, you don't see how you feel out there?
Decent.
I'm just trying to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Hey, motherfucker really trying to breathe with something.
what you got going?
Freaky ass on. What's going on though?
Man, nothing, G. Just came from the gym, bro.
Okay.
Trying to level up my health,
Right.
G.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to
Looking
get my...
very nice too.
Hey, appreciate it, G.
Don't worry about it.
You know, I'm trying to get my mind, body, spirit, soul, moniker, intuitive.
You know the CDL class opened back up, right?
What?
You know the CDL class.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, bro, they opened up 2 days ago. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what's up.
And check this out. This is what makes it so explicit about that, right?
Yeah.
Now, you know when me and you was in grade school when I was a little cub, right?
Yeah.
I told everybody I wanted to be a CDLer, right?
You ain't telling nobody
so,
that.
when the motherfucking CDL class opened up, I felt like it was for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I really want to do.
Tell me.
Okay, look. So I want to go over the road, you know what I'm saying, for like a year or two, right?
Okay.
And then come back and own my own trucking company, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I love doing humanitarian work, you see what I'm saying?
Yes, you do.
And when you like shipping off those festivities, bro, it's like
You can
you're
ship off
getting
that
them to the
Reggie,
motherfucker,
too.
like, what you say, G?
Nothing, G.
Yeah, when you shipping off them festivities, it's like you getting people they nectar, they insulin, you know what I'm saying? And I was so proud about this CDL class opening up for me, you know what I'm saying? It was probably until I found out that, you know what I'm saying, they want 350. 350.
Dang,
Yeah,
G.
they want 350 like a motherfucker.
I wouldn't even worry about it, though, G.
Look, I'm not worried about it, right, bro?
Yeah.
Because I know God is gonna like boomerang me a blessing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or out of somewhere, I'm gonna start getting money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start getting some money. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And I'll be able to get that 350 to take care of my family.
Facts, G.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, facts, G. Hey, and guess what? You gonna make an excellent CDL driver, G.
Hey, bro.
What's
I
up?
really over-appreciate that.
Hey, no
You see what I'm
problem,
saying? I
G.
over-appreciate that.
No
You see what I'm saying?
problem.
Hey, no, fuck all the kudos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck all the kudos. I appreciate you, though. It's Saturday, ain't it?
Yeah.
What you on tonight?
I got this little slide
Oh,
through here. We finna take some shots. Yeah, what's up? Yeah,
Who
G.
is it? Bonquisha? Hey, Bonquisha!
Man,
Hey, what's
G. What you doing, G? Man, just calm down, G. I just told you that. No, it ain't no Sakisha.
Hey, Sakisha! It's a
You talking about Zoom Sakisha?
Hey, Minister Society, ain't it?
Yeah.
I want some sake on my suit.
Hey, G, what you doing, G? What you doing with my head?
I promise you I ain't, bro.
No, G, okay, man, chill out,
Who's it,
bro.
underneath?
Yeah, no.
Hey, underneath.
No.
Hey, bring me the towel.
Hey, you practicing your jokes?
Hey, I want some bonbons.
Man,
Some
G.
strawberry bonbons.
Chill out, G. No. G, that's another little
Okay,
G.
my fault. So what you trying to say is, Dominique, that you and I, Jeremiah, gonna go down and feed the homeless tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Little Caesars and get 4 pieces.
Please do.
Okay, proceed.
Hey, G, G. Calm down, G. But yeah, you know, look, motorcycle club, they coming out, G, you know, going to the club, but ain't about it,
You know they
though,
try to
G.
cut my power off, right?
Huh?
You know they try to cut my power off, right?
No, I ain't know that, G.
Hell yeah, bro. They sent me the pizza like 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you already know. I be lighting my doozies on that motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something like this, bro. I really didn't want to show my family no weakness. I ain't want to be depressed in front of them. You see what I'm saying?
Right, G.
So what I end up doing is, we got some candles.
Y'all got candles?
Yeah, gonna light some motherfucking candles up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably light some newspaper on fire, throw it in the motherfucking corner
There
or something,
it is.
right?
Yeah.
But I end up going to the egg last night, right?
Yeah.
And I found a box of 24 of them Roman candles.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know when we was little, like on 4th of July?
What?
Yeah. So me and kids probably light them motherfuckers up and like chase each other. Let them motherfuckers ride like the 4th of July.
I sound
You know
like
what
great
I'm saying?
memory.
But I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
What's up?
We'll never sit in the dark.
No.
Nah. Because it's daylight savings out there. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying? Now,
G.
granted, we probably all of us got to go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah,
But
and that's gonna be the best sleep ever, though.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get that motherfucking bread and Pepsi. You know what I'm saying?
best
Shit
sleep.
jumping over your
Yeah,
motherfucking head. You know what I'm
best,
saying?
G.
Yeah, but look,
Best,
I'm gonna
G.
tell you something though, bro.
What's up?
What you doing with that box Chevy, big boy?
Oh, I ain't tell you?
Hell no.
It's coming out. They still got a little bit work done.
Oh, so you in the shop yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
G got the ostrich flooring on
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right.
The pterodactyl seat.
Yeah. Did you get the flamingo head?
Oh, yeah, got the flamingo head set, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the frog legs on there, G.
Hey, them shoes nice.
These?
Them shoes nice, them motherfuckers.
Hey, G, these Chuck Norris, G.
Them Chuck Norris?
Yeah, these Chuck Norris,
Let me see,
G.
bro, I thought them was Van Damme.
Nah, these Chuck Norris, G.
Damn,
You know
them
what I mean?
hard,
Yeah,
bro.
we appreciate it, G.
Them hard,
hey, G.
bro.
Hey, like the lemon pepper steppers too, G.
I mean, I ain't like you or nothing, you know what I'm saying, bro? But I try to do. I'm gonna tell you something about them, though.
What's up, G?
They hurt my feet.
They hurt your feet?
Yeah, like you might not can't see it, but they got a hole in the middle of them. And when I be trying to go to my kids' game, I be cutting my feet up. And sometimes.
Hey, G. What's up with you doing all this heat, throwing all this hint, G? You must need some bread, G.
What you said?
Hey, I know my dog, bro. I know my dog.
What we trying to throw out here?
You throwing all them hints, G. Why you ain't just ask, G?
I ain't know how.
Man, quit playing, G. Hey, I'm gonna give you some, G. Let's go float your boat, G.
What you mean by that? Something that's gonna sit me down for a long time?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some duckies, G.
Like I ain't gotta be back in a minute?
Yeah, you gotta be back in a minute, G. Yeah, bro. What you mean? Hey, I'm glad to do it here, G. Hey, G. My boy. My boy.
Do this, though, bro.
My boy, G. I can't believe you doing all that, G. You know, you could have just, G.
$2?
Yeah. Something that's gonna let you eat some gravy and rice.
Eat some gravy, motherfucker. You must be, you talking about a spoonful. Like, I thought you were trying to give me some duckies to sit me down for life.
That is right there, G.
That is, motherfucker. After I get done getting on the city bus.
Yeah.
And then buying 2 menthol Lucy's, motherfucker, I ain't got no more duckies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
like,
see.
I'm gonna tell you something about
What's
you, bro.
up?
One thing about you is, bro, you selfish.
Okay.
You low down, you're not cute, ain't nobody ever told you you was adorable.
Yeah.
And another thing is, you got a pocket full of money. You won't give Jeremiah no real money. You try to act like you my guy. You act like everything
Since you
about
been ungrateful, give me this back, bitch. You get nothing now. Yeah.
What? Hey, bro, quit playing, bro. You got that motherfucking money there, bro. Nah, motherfucker just playing, though. Yeah, motherfucker, come on. Give me that motherfucking money.
I did, bro. Quit playing, bro.
Yeah,
Take the $2. That's better than nothing, bro.
No, it's definitely better than something when you snatch that motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. I'm just saying, you get up out of here,
Yeah,
bro.
get
I
up
can't
outta here,
believe,
bro.
can't believe you, bro.
I can't believe you either, man.
Yeah,
$2, bro. That's kind of wrong in the motherfucker. That ain't right.
Okay, bro. You came over
I'm
here.
just telling you, though, bro. You got no motherfucking Dust to Dawn boots, too.
Oh, man. What is that? It on, boy.
Your motherfucking ass look like Steven Seagal.
Man, get up out of here then, bro.
Come out and show him. No. Hey, everybody.
What you talking about?
Motherfucker got on these Dick Tracy boots.
Boy, I got that it on, boy. Get up out of here, bro. You want to come over here, bro.
This ain't city. This ain't country. Your ass look like Beyonce, bitch.
Man, get out of here, boy.
Hey, thanks for the $2, G.
Hey, no problem, G.
Hey,
love you too, G. We still doing that tonight, bro.
Yeah, hey, hold on. Before you slam the door in my motherfucking face.
What's up, G? You an idiot. People always coming over asking for hints instead of just asking for what they want. Wah!
You know what? I'm gonna just start off. You know what, chat? You know what? I'm gonna just start off with this one.
All right, start off now.
This is from.
I need you to just tear from the bottom.
He's from Dearborn, Michigan. His name is Seor. What is his name? Seor. How you say that? Seor Bees? Cider Rees?
Cider?
Cider? I don't know. Cider, you are the first one. Let's open up this box, chat. This box is looking literally freaking. This box is fucking. Okay, what is it? Cedar Bees. What the hell is this? Chat, what is this? What the fuck? Is this bee honey? Raw Yemeni honey. We hope you enjoy it and feel free to let us know what you think. This is the best honey in the world. This honey comes from the mountains of Yemen. Chat, is this real? Yemen honey.
Oh, this is a container right here.
Raw Yemen honey. You want to taste? You want to taste it?
We ain't got no spoon.
Raw Yemeni honey. What the hell?
I taste it, but we ain't got no spoon or nothing.
I mean, we just use our finger.
All right, bet.
Ooh, this is like. Taste it.
Cheers.
What does it taste like? Is it good?
Ooh, taste that. That's nice.
I taste it.
It's nice though.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a minty to it.
Yeah, it's like very raw. It tastes very raw.
It's very raw.
Woo!
That
taste is very raw. That taste is very, very raw. Chat, stop spamming leak, bro. What are y'all talking about?
Oh, cause the package, I think.
No, that's the P.O. box address.
Oh.
That's the P.O. box. Chat, that's not my address. That's the P.O. box address. Okay, next. We got somebody named Bussin' Snacks. That's what it's called. Bussin' Snacks. This is the next gift. Where the damn knife that I just had?
The box cutter, yeah. It's right on the ground. Ground.
This is from Bussin' Snacks.
Thank you, Bussin' Snacks.
Thank you, Bussin' Snacks. I guess that's your name. Oh, he said snacks.
No, duh.
Bussin' Snacks. What the hell? Oh my god. A steak chips? Taco Doritos from China? What? We got sun chips from... Where's this from? Bro, these look crazy. Oh, now these... Pizza Cheetos.
And we got...
Is this shit even real?
We got Skittles Chewies, no shells.
Cinnamon Roll Oreos. We got M&M's and Kit Kats. W's in the chat.
We got Peach Oreos.
Yeah. Oh, what is this drink?
Anything else in here?
I feel like we should try the drink.
Alright, bet. Let's try it.
It's a strawberry, I don't even know. Like strawberry. Alright, chat, which one should we try?
Which one should we try, chat?
Which one should we try?
You want to do like one of everything?
Yeah.
Not one. I mean,
Let's just try.
like a couple.
Let's try the. Yeah, don't taste everything. Yeah, we can't taste everything. Let's just try the chips. Let's try the let's try the Doritos. Let's try the Doritos. Last Christmas, you gave me my heart. Okay. These are Taco Doritos. I try one, you try one. Oh my god. It tastes just like tacos.
Oh my god.
Nah, it does, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Oh my god, that's fire.
These good.
That's fire. I ain't
That
gonna
chat, them taste just like tacos, bro.
That's
Alright.
fire.
Moving on. We have this is from Tanner. Let's open it up.
That's good. I ain't gonna count another one.
Wait, I'm gonna open up this one.
You open that one?
Yeah, we do that later.
Alright.
Okay, this is a big box. This is from Arky from New York. Yeah, chat. This is from Arky from New York. I don't know how to say that name. How you say that? Arky? Arky from Pound Ridge, New York. So let's open up the box, y'all. From Pound Ridge, New York. Pound Ridge, New York. Whoa. What the hell are these? What are these? Chat, what are these? Oh, it's a wait. Is it a ski mask?
Oh, that's a ski? Oh,
it's
a collectible. Look, it's a collectible. They gave us a collectible.
Oh, these dope.
Oh,
W's.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, it's a ski.
Woo! Hold up now.
No, it's a ski. Wait, why does actually look fire though?
I gotta put one.
Hold on, chat. Hold on. Why does actually look fire though? Nah, that one fire too.
I like this one.
That
Yeah,
one fire.
boy. Woohoo!
Yeah, they sent us like 20, 50 skis in here.
Oh, there's some right there.
Oh, my brand is Arky. Enjoy, Speed. Thank you. You know what?
Thank you.
I shout out your brand because you sent like 50 of them. I did not focus enough. Fuck. My brand is Arky. Enjoy, Speed. Thank you, Arky V. Chat, who gift is this? Thank you. Who in the chat is this? All right, now let's open up another one. All right, I'm hot. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot now. All right, you want to do this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this says speed on it.
2-speed.
2-speed
From
James Hollis.
What's up,
From
James?
Helen, Georgia? Is that Helen?
Let me see.
H-E-L-E-N.
Yeah, Helen.
Chat, is that Georgia? H-E-L-E-N? Is that from Georgia?
I think so.
Helen G.A.? Is that a city in Georgia? Helen G.A. Chat, who gift is this? Let's see what it is.
Here it is, here.
Is this for fucking Mr. Is this Mr. Beast?
You got a Mr. Beast football? It's Carl.
Wait, open this. Did Beast send me something?
I ain't gonna lie. What are these?
What? S'mores? Cup noodle s'mores?
That look nasty. I ain't
Ew.
gonna
I ain't gonna lie. This looks nasty. And what is this?
Oh no. Oh no.
Put it over there. Somebody's taking a fucking Bill. Send me that shit. And what is this?
Oh no. Oh no.
Put it over there. Somebody's taking a fucking Bill. Send me that shit. Thinking to send me a messy drink. The hell? What?
Here's a letter.
Signed by Mr. Beast in North Carolina. What? Like, what the fuck?
Wait, what?
This nigga gonna send me a messy drink.
Yeah, like, bro, wait.
Like, hell no, bro. What are you doing? Prom, baby. Prom only. It says, hey, Speed, my name is James Hollis, and I've been a huge fan of you, your YouTube and streaming career. Every time you stream, I'm always watching, so I wanted to give you some stuff inside. Lays inside, Logan Paul picture, drinks, Japanese snacks, signed to Mr. Beast football, and more. Hope you like it off stream.
Chat, look my drag! Oh my god, I wasn't lying. Bitch, I got alopecia, bitch. Bitch, I got alopecia? No! No. Time out, chat. That ass, chat. Time out. Bitch, do I got alopecia, that ass? Chat, look my drag!
I ain't gonna lie, boy. I know you done got me right on my kids, folks, or the boss, folks. I ain't gonna lie, short. I'm for the city holding tonight, short. What a mirror at? What a mirror at, folks?
Shit, just use the phone, gang.
It was the phone, folks. Yo, what?
Man, come on, bro.
You gotta have a mirror, folks, on my
we
dead
outside doing what we doing anyway.
Folks, on my dead homie, on the nation, on my kids, folks. What's up with this little ass headline on my kids, folks? Your ass tweaking on the guys, folks. I know you're not playing on me on my dead homie, folks. Folks, I'm finna knock it. Man, turn the camera on for my kids, folks. This ain't no free promo. Bro. Man, turn the camera on, folks. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, boy.
If you just wave over like this, that's when it comes.
That's fire. It's like some Spider-Man.
Wave over with this hand, you can probably do it. Try wave over. Try that hand maybe. With that hand maybe.
Yo, what the f?
If you just wave over like this.
Were you actually not a kickbox?
Hell yeah.
Let me see your form. Are we gonna jump you, but? No, not me. No, at the camera.
At the camera? I ain't gonna do that shit, you know?
Not me. I don't fight. Nah. I do me.
You were a basketball player. You were never a basketball player.
We're not gonna put your business out like that. It's okay.
You can tell by the shoulder charge. You can tell by the shoulder you throw. Look, that's the shoulder you throw. You were a basketball player. You were never.
Don't you need to think you need to get out those games, find a job, because the games are not going to pay the bills. I'm over it.
Just give me a little more time with it and I'll get money.
Ryan, you got bills that are due. Think about that.
Whatever, bro.
Don't you need to think? You need to get out those games. Find a
How you doing, bud? You all right? Oh. Well, you're what? Oh, don't worry. He's a well-trained dog. He won't bite without permission. 100%. I'm a professional dog trainer. That's what I do for a living. My dog plays basketball. For real? You want to see him do a basketball? All right. Back. Sit.
I'll put this stick into the drill, then shave it down with a pencil sharpener. This will give me all kinds of wood shavings. Then I'll fill up a tuna can about halfway with these. Now I need to melt some wax, so I'll put some into my double boiler. Then once it's melted, I'll pour some onto the wood shavings. I'll add a little more, and then pour on some more wax. Then I'll add a third layer. After it sits for a while and cools down, you can keep it in your backpack. This will burn anywhere from 1.5 to 2 hours. You can use it as a cook stove to boil water, an emergency heater, or fire starter. I'll put...
Pepsi? Diet Coke's floating. You said Coke and Pepsi.
Wait, the Coke's floating. It's levitating. More than yesterday.
All right, so the Coke sinks, the Diet Coke floats.
Why is it upside down?
Bowling ball. Bowling ball floats.
It just hit the Coke.
A shot put.
Oh, that's sick.
Shot put really heavy but really small. The shot put sinks. It sinks. Let's see what else here. What about a baseball?
Sick.
Baseball floats. What about Mr. Krebs' mouse?
Oh, yeah. Float.
Don't tell him.
Float.
Wow.
Wait, is that batteries in it?
You drowned it.
What about a pair of skizzers?
Sick.
It's gonna flap the bowling ball.
Sick.
Will they sink? From the sport the aquarium.
Pepsi?
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke with a...
Imagine Cypher PK with dreadlocks and braids.
Jason Toot! Oh my gosh, Jason Toot!
The Sixers up 108-99 and destroyed his second backboard of the season. Holy
Shaquille, what? The Wizard broke the whole goal!
This is a liquid experiment which shows you the power of chemistry. When both glasses are filled up and the straw is put in the third, nothing happens. And of course, that's what you would expect, right? But then she takes the straw and dips it inside the thick juice. When the bubbles form, it means the air inside is being replaced with the liquid. So because now there's liquid in this straw, she's gonna carefully flip it into the other glass. And all of a sudden, the glass starts to fill up. This is because when the air is replaced with the juice and flipped onto the empty glass, it creates an empty space in the straw called a vacuum. And a vacuum between liquids is impossible. So that's when the straw draws liquid from one side and fills the other. And it stops right when all three are equally leveled, because that's when the straw is filled with air once again. This is a liquid experiment which shows you the power of...
Hey bro, would you be able to spray my MacBook Pro?
Okay, but I need to...
Yeah, you can take that off. You can take that off. And it's like that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you bro. Oh, and here's 20 euros for you bro.
Thanks.
Cheers. Here we go.
There you go, start.
The stakes are high.
These niggas just sit and paint galaxies all damn day.
Wow. Look at that color combination.
Bro, this is the funniest Christmas.
Thank you.
For you.
Thank you so
From
much.
China.
Thanks.
Bye.
Epic. So cool.
Oh my god. We should do another song.
That's amazing. Thank you. Whoa.
I'm definitely not listening to this shit.
That's so epic. Thank you, bro. Cheers.
Everybody gotta try. Okay.
Oh my God, my brother.
Everybody gotta try.
Threats.
Yo!
Oh my.
Oh!
Good shit. Good shit.
Hey! Oh! Oh my God. Everybody gotta try. Okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to try that again, and this time when I shout bungee, you're going to go forward, okay? Take a nice deep breath. Look straight ahead.
Is it safe?
Yeah, you're all connected up, so look straight ahead. Right, and on my count, nice big dive. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, bungee. Ah, look at that! Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna try.
These mine. I just need you to sign one. So I had to make you feel good. I had to make you feel good at first one. I couldn't.
Yeah, so them not mine, bro?
Nah.
Is it signing them then?
These mine. I just need you to sign one. So I had to make you feel good. I had to make you feel good at first one. I couldn't.
Yeah, so them not mine, bro?
Nah.
Is it signing them then?
These mine. I just need you to sign one. So I had to make you feel.
My bad. I just want to see you have Batman.
I'm keeping it up. I don't got that badge yet.
You a new Batman.
I'm a new Batman. Just drop. I just.
Will, what that is? Do you not get the concept? Will, what that is? Do you not get the concept?
I'm finna show you how to make a prison omelet in a bag. My celly looking at me while I make this. He was mad.
So I told him, oh, here, take this. He took it fast. Get a Slim Jim, credit card, cut it up in half. I knew a CO named Lauren, but she ain't no Ralph. Drop 5 jalapenos, I hope he know math. Niggas left a lot of weight to build up their calf. I used to eat these, then do sit-ups for my app. Then you wanna get the ham, up in jealous like lamb. Then you wanna get the cheese, the soft kind like jam. Now you gotta give it a squeeze, and watch out for the police. Pat it like your pocket when you're looking for your perky. Make sure it's milky. You gotta get a bowl of hot water. I burnt me. You know when the water hot enough, you see the little steam. Let it boil for a whole hour. It's faster than it seems. Now you take it out the sleeve. Man, this meal looking big back, but I take 2, please. Now you cut it with the credit card. They show me what's inside. Man, I mean what's inside. I'm tripping off this prison lean. Oh, my leg.
Yeah, if I don't give them free.
Oh, they ain't never do that when I was
Hey,
growing
like
up.
the free ones, huh?
Yes, sir. He finna go home and go crazy.
Wait, what's coming back?
Right, what he turning around for?
What happened? I want to return this.
Oh, he a finesser.
You said buy one, give one?
Oh, bro.
Buy one, give one free? Yeah, if I don't give them free.
Oh, they ain't never do that when I was
Hey,
growing
like
up.
the free ones, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hey, nephew. Hey, chill now. Calm down now. You seen what I just did to you there? Just broke your camera, shorty. You trying to box? Guns down, gloves up. Or do I gotta put you in the headlock?
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, come on inside. I'm inside. Check it out.
Yeah. Hey. You need plates?
I'm good. I'm good. You played it? All right, let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Oh. Hey, nephew.
Dude, I can't even barely see the basket.
Oh!
Heck yeah. That was amazing.
Down.
Alright. No.
I don't know what this world is coming to, y'all, but somebody hit my neighbor mailbox, and that just don't make no sense. So today I'm gonna be replacing it for him completely for free. And you know I'm not about to just bill him any old regular mailbox, because y'all know this Uncle John, and I believe in taking everything over the top. But anyway, on to the project, y'all. So I went to the store and purchased all the material for this mailbox for like $140. I used pressure-treated pine to build this thing, and the only power tools I used was a drill, a sander, and a circular saw. And I started working on this thing Sunday morning while my neighbor was at church, and it was so easy to do. I'm thinking about building a whole neighborhood mailboxes like this. But that's probably gonna take me more than one day, because we got like 50 houses on my block, so it might be better if I just give everybody the bill plans and buy all the material. And that'd probably be a good Christmas gift for the whole community, but I don't want to force nobody to get off the couch, so I might just have to recruit my wife to help me.
Come on. You really can't do that shit.
All right, so Jordan couldn't do it, so we gonna do it on you. So it say 90% men can't do this trend. So put your hands behind your arms. I mean behind your head.
You gotta
turn
turn
around,
the camera, dude. That shit
and you
hard,
gotta
dude.
jump real fast 3 times. Okay?
What are we doing?
We about to show you. They say 90% men can't do it, so come on. You gotta
I
jump
could
3
do
times
anything.
real fast. Come on. Ready, set, and go.
Hey, bitch, stop playing with me, boy. Y'all niggas.
Wait,
man. Look at you, man.
There it is, baby. Suck it in. Let's go. There it is. Go. You got this. You have got this. Come on. Don't let Watch this rifle. It doesn't move. There it is, baby. Suck it in. Let's go.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm good. Ow, rocks hurt.
Storch dropping in. He knows exactly what he needs to do to win this event. Starting off with the perfectly executed 360 drop, one of the best in the game at that move right there.
Look how execution is one of those categories that he thrives in.
Okay, now he's traversing over to...
What? Yeah. He'll be back though.
Young Philly, 28 years old, once regarded as one of the UK's most beloved internet creators, found himself at the center of shocking allegations just a few months ago, accusations that could change his life forever.
Recently, I know y'all been seeing some clips of A&P crashing your wedding, but let me tell you where this story actually started.
Hey, so many beautiful girls, like I feel like I'm Sean Kingston. Mad cause I get the Sean Blinkston. I'm outside with big and
Hey, the reception's not gonna wait for us.
We need to get suits all black and white. Come on, bro. We gotta run this game. We gotta get in here. Let's go. We at Target.
Gotta get some suits, man. We gotta get some suits. No, I need a suit. Y'all have like button-up shirts. Like I'm finna go to a wedding real quick.
For like men's?
Yeah.
It's all just in one section right there.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it. No help. What's up? This too little for me. Oh hell no.
Yeah, this shit is only for petite ebonies. I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe this might be the one for me.
Bro, that is not the one for you, man.
Are they all just tight like this, or just me? Might be good, OJ.
Oh.
Damn. Hey, no joke, go like that. No, dumbass. How the f would I go like this? Who the f you talking to like that? This ain't Kanye. You look stupid, dude. Ain't got an L print. I'm supposed to ask you, boy. Extra small. That's what I need. I ain't do it. Unfit was the Hey, listen, for the youth out there.
Look.
Too much space.
Too much space, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Nah, you gotta.
Oh, okay. Oh. This the one, I can feel it. Fashion be dressed like this on a regular like, nigga, where the f is you going?
Oh my God, can we take a picture?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, we in the video right now. I motivate you, bro.
You can't complain about having a lot on your plate when the goal is to eat.
Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah, we gotta get this one
Yo,
here.
so we got all the suits. We copping all the suits right now. Check out, and we go to the wedding.
Ooh, we used to play this back in the plantation, boy. This is my y'all know nothing about this right here.
Hey, boy, you don't know what on it, man.
Hey, you're wild.
No. That ain't no shit. That ain't no shit. Bring it to the table, guys.
Listen, guys, let's lock in. Hurry the f up! Hey, I'm put my drawers on.
We're gonna go in there. We're gonna crash the wedding. But this is the night of somebody's life. Yes. So at the end of the day, we gotta make it really special. A&P on me, A&P on 3. Down, Julio on 6. 1, 2, 3, A&P, 4, 5, 6, down, Julio!
As a beginning life as husband and wife,
me while I drink my water!
Drink my water. And then